Yeah.
Yo,
All
who's
right,
turn is
everybody,
on?
we
Oh,
getting
it's
this shit
live. Oh,
started.
damn.
We
Damn,
getting
this
this
is
shit,
live. Damn.
we getting this
Damn.
shit started. We got G, we
Yo,
got
yo, yo,
Janelle,
yo,
we
yo,
got
yo.
Mojo, and we got Pee Wee,
Yeah.
3 foot penis. And I guess I'm your host, Mario.
Mario.
And yeah, man, let's get it started, man. Let's you guys can talk about whatever the hell you want.
Shout out to all the BBWs.
There you
Shout
go.
out to all the BBWs out there. Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
All the
Love it.
All of them BBW.
Now,
really
what does BBWs? Was it
big, beautiful
black?
women. Big black.
That's not important.
Big black.
We need to love them anyway.
Big black women?
But okay,
Big-
I know.
They could love that.
I was getting ready to say this one right here don't look like no big woman. She looks like a beautiful woman.
Oh, thanks. I'm me size, whatever that is.
She me size.
Yeah, I'm not a size 2 and I'm not a size 20. Somewhere right in the perfect range.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
it
right.
don't matter. It don't matter your size, dear. It don't matter what you look like. What's in your heart that all matters.
Yeah, it's how big your heart is.
There you go.
I'm just not exactly sure what's in there though.
Well, you know, you're gonna have to explore. You know.
Yeah, that's just painful sometimes. Sorry, I don't want to get emo. I shouldn't have came on here. I'm in a melancholy mood.
No, I want to hear
That's
it. What's
all
up?
right.
That's why
Tell us
you're
about
here.
your day. Why are you feeling melancholy?
Well, you know what? We're going to cheer you up and make you feel right at home and tickle
What's
your
going on?
when you leave.
What's up, Jimbo?
Nothing.
Yeah, what's on your mind?
Monty, you got an echo, brother.
Oh shoot.
I'm sorry, brother.
Sorry, no, be sorry. Check. No, it's not you.
Was it me?
Yeah.
I don't hear no echo.
Because she muted herself, that's why. No. It might be me. It's either me or you, Mario. Mute yourself, Mario.
Fuck.
It's probably you. Check. Yep, it's you, bro. Don't worry. Just hit F5, Mario. You won't lose the chat. It'll take you right back to the chat. Trust me. I've done this.
I don't know how to hit F5, but
You don't know how to hit F5? Take your finger and hit F5. Oh, fuck. He doesn't know how to fucking hit F5. Motherfucker's been on chats 35 million times and he don't know how to hit F5. Oh, fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'll be the hostess of the mostest. What's up, Jimbo?
yeah, bro, I made it back.
What'd I tell you? You sound good. What's up, June? What's the deal? What's the flavor of the day?
There's multiple flavors of the day. That's the problem. That's part of the problem, dude.
I think you need to eliminate it, and I think you need to start
No, there's like
shaving
a guy in real life I'm like getting to know right now too, and like becoming friends, and like I even noticed from like damage that's been done before that it's even hard to like try to be friends, and like I don't know, and then also like he's not like awake, and it bothers me a lot. So I just don't think it's just not like, or like whatever the general sense of like awake, but I can't like somebody like when their views are totally different than yours, and like they're brainwashed somewhat from the media, and oh you'll enjoy this, and then it's like some viral video shit like garbage puke up stuff on oh you're a YouTuber you'll like this like I don't know, it's just there's it's hard to find people. It's hard to find people you really like within like a city even with 100,000 people. How many of those people are your age? And plus, who knows if you'll even run into them? And even if you do run into them, it might not be the right circumstance or the right timing to meet someone. And then there's just all these fucking factors. And then there's just all like if you have chemistry or not, and like I don't even know if that's there or not, or if I'm just trying for it to not be there because I'm not ready. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing right now, to be honest.
You gotta slow
Go
it
what you
down,
got.
man.
Yeah, I just gotta, I don't know. Sorry, relationship talk problems.
This is Junebug who says, I love being single.
Hey,
I love
we
being
got
single."
another
Why
female. We
this
got a
then?
female in his house that could give you some advice on relationship situations.
I'm not saying the screen.
Online is
All right,
online.
never mind. She's
Online
not
is
she's not
helping it as
available.
well.
She's not available right now.
Who
So
are you talking about?
Too.
well, I was talking about Kyla, but
Kyle ain't gonna come in here, dude.
she's
She,
sitting right
she
there.
ain't. She don't like us.
No, she
Nah, she
like.
don't
Oh,
like
that's
you.
right. That's
I
So
thought he was talking about Skywarp.
It's okay. I'm good. I'm fine.
well, the problem is,
yeah,
some
Skywarp.
people,
Skywarp. How the fuck did you get up in this motherfucker?
I linked them up. Some people don't like to listen to people's uh, assistants. They don't like to hear their opinion because if you got 3, 4 Sundays, it's too many to eat. You can't eat them all at once. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And I think we all take on shit that we can't handle, and that's the problem. You think that you can handle it, but you can't. And the problem is that you need time for yourself, man. You got to figure out what the fuck you want, not what they want. And that's the thing. You're giving these motherfuckers what they want. And the problem is that you're selling yourself short because you're not giving yourself what you want. And that's the problem.
I just say, me personally, I just say just go with your heart. You know, whatever your heart
No, fuck that.
tells you to do.
No, heart's stupid.
roll-
Your
just
heart
roll
will get
with,
you in trouble.
roll with
dude.
it.
Heart is
Just roll
so
with it.
dumb.
Yeah, your heart's going to get you in trouble. Bro.
So dumb. Yeah, I don't listen to that anymore.
Don't listen to your heart.
Yeah, but you don't want your heart to be cold either, because
Yeah, that's
you don't want to be a cold-hearted bitch.
I don't want it to be, but
You're allowing them to make you.
I just.
So let me ask you this question: how like have you been dating this dude?
No, we're just like friending, chilling, smoking. He's just my like weed.
Like your fuck buddy?
He's my weed smoking friend right now. That's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And then
smoking
we had-
weed
we had
buddy.
a-
That's
We had an
tough.
awkward hug tonight. It was awesome.
I used to be that dude. I used to be the dude that used to get all the chicks stoned, and you know, it'd be like, then you'd have that awkward moment, like, all right, do I pounce on her, or like, I don't want her like to think like I'm like some kind of rapist or some shit, but
I thought about this the other night too. Some guys are like, "Yeah, I smoke weed and I get all horny." I'm just like, girls don't smoke weed and get horny. They smoke weed and they get giggly and they laugh and they get bashful and whatever. Some people are different too, but I don't know a lot of girls who just smoke weed for hours. It doesn't happen all the time. Like I know chicks maybe.
You just smoke and chill. Watching food
Like
or
it's chill,
something.
unless you're like drinking's another thing. A lot of girls I know drink and
All girls.
The panties-
drinking fucking
and be
big panties.
dropping, you know? Yeah.
You drink the fucking tequila for it, you can have your way with whatever.
Yeah.
well, why don't you just keep it conservative? Go out on a date where there's no weed, there's no, well, a little bit of drinks involved, but just go on a date. And my suggestion, the guy should pay for the bill. If the dude is broke ass and can't pay for the fucking bill on the first date, then that should be like, hell no.
No, he wanted to bring me out to meet his friends tonight, and we were gonna play like games.
That's not a date.
No, but listen. There was gonna be 3 guys, and then he decided he didn't want to go because there was gonna be 3 other guys.
But why would you take 3 guys on a date?
Yeah. What the
No,
fuck
I'm
is that?
just saying. Why is it always circumstances that I could? Oh yeah, if you want to go do this. By the way, no girls showed up, and it'd just be you and 4 men. I'm like, for
How
fuck's
about
sake,
just
I want to
how
go.
about just
If
you
I
and
was
him?
a dude, I wouldn't go.
Like if I'm gonna take a girl on a date, it's just gonna be me and her.
No, I know. but
Nobody else.
I haven't gone on a date. We're just getting to know each other. It's not like all romantic-y. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know.
Does he want it to be
I think I'm
romantic?
just fucking damaged, dude. Honestly, I just don't want to be with somebody that doesn't like believe what I believe in spiritually and fucking like spiritually and politically. I just
Do you like to eat?
I don't want to.
Does she want to eat?
Do you like to go to restaurants?
Oh.
Do you like to go to, get some grub?
Well, I like
Go
to
on
cook.
maybe a movie,
I cook my own food. I
She
invited
likes
him
to
over for
cook.
dinner. He ate my.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, I cook. I do my own cooking. I don't need to go to no restaurant.
It's not about needing.
That's in
It's
excess
what
of
it's what
me
like
too.
I guess the date. That's the dating. Like I don't know. I've never dated before. I don't know.
I
But from my
don't
understanding,
know because
if a guy is interested in a girl, he asks her, hey, do you want to go grab something to eat? You take her to a nice restaurant, you eat, you party it up, and then after the end of the night, you drop her off, and if you bet like I don't know if you bang on the first date, then I don't know that's kind of a
She's not a keeper, dude. If you bet
yeah.
her on the first
She
date,
definitely need a keeper if you
no
bang her on the
guy on
first
the first
date.
date is not a keeper either. Trust me, we have the same standard.
you can't fucking date a girl if she gives you that first night.
But there's nothing wrong with a dude courting a girl. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
With
No,
what? What, dude? With what? What's it called? What's it? Courting?
courting.
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 Courting is
What's
when
courting?
you like.
It's the act of getting to know a woman
It's
before
like
marriage.
yeah, it's like the little imagine like the little bees doing their little their
Like
mating.
peacocks, like
Yeah.
strutting, showing off. You know what I mean? Like,
All I know
hey,
is if the dude
you want
smells
this
bad,
bee?
It's like the male peacock with all of his feathers. It's
yeah,
kind
there's nothing wrong with doing like that. That's how you get to know a girl, and that's how a guy gets to know the girl, and it works both ways. If the
I know, but
guy,
what I'm saying is I don't know if I want to do this, and I don't know. Like we've hung out like a couple of times this week, like last night, tonight, like another night before that, like 3 or 4 times now, and I don't know. Like I don't know if I want to do this whole friends on thing. I'm already like not even sure if I want to make new like male friends. So yeah, that's what I'm not struggling with letting the process happen. If I want it to happen, I'll let it happen. I don't even know if I want friends to happen. So I should just cut it off now or like see what happens, but
But you can't allow people to make you feel that way.
I don't already want to jump his bones. Like I don't know if that chemist. I don't want to make something that it isn't.
I really hope that's something that
What?
maybe I'm old fashioned. I'm sorry, I'm old fashioned.
It's not that you're old fashioned. I just don't want to like. I don't even know if I want to like. I don't know if it's there and I'm just trying to ignore it. Like I'm the one that's messed up. There's nothing wrong with him. I'm being very clear about that.
So
So I just
you don't like going out and getting a free steak,
well, I'm a vegetarian, so that wouldn't
Oh,
really
that's right.
anyway. But it's okay.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
fucking
worry, that's all right. Yeah, no, I do like getting free meals. Everybody likes free food, of course, man. I just don't want to. I don't want to put extra effort and waste my time into somebody that it's not gonna. Uh, it's not. I don't know what it could turn into, but I don't want to like try to make it turn into something. Or maybe I would meet someone through him and he'd be another day and go for him. Like this is what usually happens. I meet a guy, I get introduced to all their friends, and someone else that I meet. Like,
So
and then
it's a physical attraction for
you're
you.
always physical.
always, Gene. I'm not like it doesn't not like once in a while. Like this is like I've noticed a pattern, and this is part of the pattern. I think I just want to cut this one off and nip it at the butt.
You're not talking about. You're talking about sleep.
I'm I'm basically a ticking time bomb. Like, don't even get involved with me, man. Like,
But if you know
it's gonna
that,
blow
why
up
put
some
yourself?
shit.
But if you know that, why do you put yourself in that situation?
But that's why I'm.
You know
That's why I'm saying I think I'm just gonna cut it off now. I'm just explaining my process.
Well, I know, but you said that last time it didn't work out. Because you kept going around, like today, you kept going around, and that's what I knew was going to. Yes.
Gee. I knew today was
Are we
gonna be.
talking about someone else?
Oh, I was talking about this guy that I'm hanging out with. But you know what?
Oh, okay.
I have many male friends, and it's honestly hard to try to be friends with all of them and know what they're all thinking and how they're all feeling. It's a very hard thing for a girl to try to do because there could be a sexual tension, because there could be more or whatever. And even online, it doesn't help things. That's why I take breaks too, because people bug me on Facebook, Hangouts, Twitter, blah 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 blah, messages, text messages, this that, and sometimes it's just overload, and people
That's
wonder
why I said I don't
why do
fucking
girls
Twitter.
keep talking to guys? Because guys keep bothering us.
That's why I don't do Twitter. That's why I'm doing that.
Yeah, like, it's not like I'm specifically trying to like.
That's why I don't
I know
Skype.
someone
When
who
you're
talks all
like,
the
oh,
time.
Nobody sucks. Okay, fuck that shit. Fuck all that.
What?
Skype. I don't Skype. Remember, you're like, who Skypes?
Oh yes, yeah. I know, and Skype. Oh, I don't even have to list them all. Then there's people can message you on YouTube. I reactivated. I think what was it, or re-downloaded Instagram. Or, there's so many things.
That's why you gotta not do that shit, dude. Because the more you do, the more you just put headaches.
Yeah, but then what's my other option though if I'm not using this stuff?
Isn't this good enough though? Isn't this enough for you, or do you need more? Like, how much more does one person fucking need other than YouTube, G+, Facebook? I mean, isn't that enough? I mean,
It's
look
enough.
at, there you go. The more you
It's
do, the
I
more
know
you
it's enough.
do,
No.
the more you do, the more you're gonna be stressed. I told you that shit.
Hmm.
You just gotta sit back, dude. Sometimes you gotta be like, fuck everything. This is really not me.
Well, I was about to watch a movie before I came on here, so maybe I'll just go do that now.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna watch a movie. But thanks for letting
No,
me.
we want you on here. You can watch the movie.
No.
She doesn't like us, dude. She wants to go to church.
I do like you guys. I'm just.
She doesn't like the topic.
No, I'm gonna go. It's because it's about me, and I'm
Then
like,
change
ah!
Then change the topic.
Yeah. Now go watch the movie.
Yeah, basically.
Do what you want to do to smoke your bowl and just watch a movie.
Yeah, or something, or just I don't know. Probably
You
what.
ever talk to one of those Three Musketeers and work it out? Joking.
I think I'm gonna go for a period of time where maybe I don't talk to like any guys again, like, 'cause it's serious. It's emotionally
You blame
draining.
Oh, you
everyone.
can't do
you
that.
going
You
lesbo?
can't, Tom. You
Go
can't
lesbo
go.
I
on
can't
it.
blame everything on guys. I have like all guy friends basically.
She can't go one day without
Don't
talking
go
to her
lesbo.
dudes. Come on. Who you kidding?
What
I
is
can go
like
one
the
day.
real underlining
I can go one
issue?
day.
You're a very
You know what I
pretty
mean?
girl. You're a very beautiful woman.
She already knows that, dude. Don't pump her up anymore.
Don't go
dude.
lesbo.
Pump her head up, dude. Stop pumping
No,
her head up.
I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm being
Act like
real.
y'all seen
Like,
pussy before, dude.
there's
Act
an
like y'all
underlining
seen
issue,
girls.
man.
They've
There's
all
There's an
something.
issue with her.
y'all seen pussy before?
Yeah, dude.
I've seen a few of them.
Hey guys,
I'm not gonna answer that
Probably
because
is like,
I'm not gonna answer that.
You're young. That's why you haven't. Anyways, have a good night and enjoy the rest of the show. I posted it on Google Plus. Maybe I'll come back.
Alright.
go ahead and movie.
Good day, mate.
Peace. Peace, maybe.
Peace.
I just think she should just go to like the old fashioned, like, have a guy.
Nobody does
Like-
old fashioned party. That's the problem. problem, brother. Everything is new school.
Yeah,
new
it's
age.
Because
what
we're
she's
on
doing.
Google Plus, man. Fuck Google Plus, man. Freaking go out into reality. Go out into like have a guy take her out for a dinner, whatever. Vegan. I'm sure there's got to be a bunch of vegan restaurants. You know, take her out for some veggie burgers or veggie steak or I don't know, like some asparagus. I don't know, and you know, get that's how you get to know them. Just not all right, so I'm gonna go pick up this chick, then we're gonna go to my buddy's house, and we're gonna get stoned out of our minds, and then I'm gonna drop you off at the end of the night. Like, that's, like, I don't know, man, that's not, to me, that's not dating. Like, what you do is you're like, hey, baby, you wanna go to a Celtics game? You wanna go to a Patriots game? We'll go to a Patriots game, have a good time, party it up, and then you go home, drop her off, be like, hey man, you have fun? Oh, can I get a kiss goodnight? Give her a kiss, friggin' boom. Then the next, in 2 or 3 days, call her back up, be like, hey man, did you have fun? Yo, you want to do it again? Yeah, I want to do it again. All right, let's go to, I don't know, to a fucking fancy fucking restaurant. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, like I'm old fashioned, I guess.
What's up, Peanut? You listening?
You're muted.
Peanut.
Peanut, you're muted.
Peanut.
Okay. The other day I heard you made a post about something about going to Florida, man.
Nah, I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay, I was getting ready to say, man, follow your heart. And may I ask this, your ex or your wife, are y'all on terms again, or you? Yeah. And the only reason why I'm asking G, because I'm concerned about you, man. If I didn't love you, man, I wouldn't be asking you.
Oh, no, I appreciate it. Nah, we try and let things out.
Well, that's
It's like
all that
that.
matters, man. You tried, brother, and that's the best you can do, I guess, man. It's like me,
It's all right.
34 years of my life, man. It's just fucking, bam,
Yeah.
You talking about a fucking change, man. I'm gonna tell you something. There, I'm probably probably the oldest guy on here. Trust me, guys. It's some hard shit to deal with. But
Very.
don't never forget, there's some good people out there, some good women out there, some good men out there. To the women, there's some great guys out there, and to the guys, there's some great women out there. Because you went through some hard shit with one, does not mean you will not find that one that's meant for you, and you can have a great life.
That's true. How many times you been married?
Just the one, man.
Yeah.
I want to tell you about this. Y'all may get a kick out of this. The first time I ever kissed my ex-wife, I was 8 years old.
No shit.
We dated 6 years on and off, but it was pretty hard for 6 years on and off. Grade school, high school, my my love of my life. Everybody around my community knew we was gonna get married. 34 years, and damn, you talking about to get a shocker. And I want to tell y'all this. I mean, actually, I really do want to tell you. It's heartbreaking. It's disgusting. But at the last there, I couldn't find out that my ex-wife had put some pictures of her on. Let's see. Damn. Adult Friend Finder. Posted nude pics of her.
No shit.
No shit. And the comments that she put out here, that what she wanted to meet men with 9 inches, and really put it to the point that nothing under 9 was really interesting her. It's fucked up mess, man. And I found out about all this shit, man. It was fucking devastating, man.
That's fucked up.
9 inches, I have no shot in hell.
Well, that's, I can find out I didn't either, Mario. That's the worst fucking part about it.
Shit. 9 inches. Damn. That's like porno. That's porno status.
Yeah. Hell, I know fucking bulls ain't got fucking 9 inches.
Yeah, any girl that wants a 9-inch cock, you might as well just kick it right to the. You'll be like, yeah, no good for you, baby.
But you talking about somebody really changed? Hysterectomy, guys, I'm gonna tell you this: if you stay with women a little bit longer, and I hope y'all do, remember somewhere along the line they may go through this what they call a change of life and the hysterectomy. Be patient, be patient, be patient. Uh, I'm not telling you to kiss their ass and get down about everything, I'm just saying be patient. Things will work out. Talk to doctors. If you need to go counseling this thing, if you truly want to make it work, stay with them. Especially if it's been a while, man. With that said, damn it, I want to meet some fucking body.
What's going on, Scott?
Hmm?
I said, what is up, Scott? You sleeping?
No, I'm just chilling.
What you got to say?
Who's this, G?
This is Scott at work.
Hello, Monty.
Call me Peanut, please.
That's Peanut.
Hi, Peanut.
How you doing, my man?
Doing pretty good.
I think I probably got two sons older than you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 23 and 33.
Nice.
Did you see the external one? Anybody out there?
Oh,
You understand?
shit, shut up. Where do I see that?
Just go to YouTube and go to your channel. Go to the next one. I got it open if you want me to put the link in.
Well, let me see.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I don't even
Live event.
Best lube of all time.
Do what?
Oh,
Did you say lube?
Yes, I did. It was just funny. It's just this fun.
All right, hold. Set that down. Set that down. And put up both your hands. Let's see the fucking calluses on this.
I got some viewers. How do I check out the? How do I check out the external?
It's only for knives. Haha.
Just go to comments.
And like I said, I think I told you this once before, G. Anytime you want to get away or something, or if you need to get away,
Oh, yeah. What's up, PJ? I'll send you a link. What's up, J? What?
Comments. I don't see. Oh, here it is. Comments.
Come visit me, G. Always note you got a place here to stay.
I appreciate that.
It says, "Oops, something went wrong." What?
Mario, I'll just put the link in. You kill yourself. I hate to see that. Oh, strain. I hate seeing people strain.
Am I screen sharing?
No, I said straining, like you're straining to do this. Hold on, I got you, Mario. Here, look in the internal.
Hey, G.
And, hold on 1 second. Alright, Mario, please open up what I put in the internal. As soon as you open that up, Mario, go to the comments, and then you'll see all the comments.
Is that
What's
something?
up?
I can do?
Yeah, you can do it too. Yeah.
Okay. Question.
Yeah, you can see the external.
Okay.
Just open up the link that I put in.
All right.
And just go to comments.
What's up, Mike? Mike Homestead.
Hey, Mike. Hey, what's up, bro?
The
I'll throw
Prepper. J-Watt.
Alright, Peachy. How good one to Peach? See if Peach wants to. Peach is good people.
Got her already. I got her.
Oh, thanks, man.
Who else wants to
Sky,
come in?
yeah, throw one to Peachy and who else?
Jay Watt?
No, he doesn't come in. Shit, I just said that might be leaving too. Mike Homestead. See if he was. What's up with Mike? You still got the knife that Mike made you for you?
Absolutely.
It's good shit. I wonder if Mike is still doing Mike. Still fucking knives.
Your mic invite has been sent. You want to join?
Yeah, Mike's got it. Basically, cool as knives.
Hello, bro, Lance.
Oh yeah, get Bro. Where's Bro?
Oh, fuck.
He should have
Bro
them.
Lance.
Bro Lance
Yeah, my bad, bro Lance.
I put the links in the thing where Bro Lance was. He should have the link, but send Bro Lance a link just in case. Just so we can have one.
I'm sending one to, I know he'll never show up, but we'll see.
Yeah, he might not show. So, we were talking earlier, about this Oregon situation. It's a shame how much division it's caused with people.
I agree
It's
with you, G. It's a shame. The vision here on this is a shame, man.
It's real sad to see people.
It is.
Yo,
Very
Sif.
sad.
What's that? You want to say something, Scott?
It's Yosef.
No, comrade, I am here to look out. I am the bodyguard.
It's about time.
Das Vidania.
It's all about the
Means goodbye.
That's why you gotta be strong. You just gotta stand your ground, dude. You know. The truth always comes out.
Wow.
Is that damn crazy Russian?
But that's the
No,
truth.
comrade. I am of the schizophrenics.
He's the guy that you see. He doesn't even pay up. Don't pay your money.
Oh, I've been around him. I like this dude. He's cool as hell, man.
Yeah. What's up? Romance picture. Yeah.
Well, we got out there now.
You gotta get yourself a good woman, they're out there, bro. You just gotta get yourself the right one. You gotta put the hook in.
Oh, cool. Mike's still here, man. Mike's the homestead. All right.
You listen to the do
We got Jay Watt out there shouting out all the BBWs. Oh, shit. I mean, you have up the Jay Watts out there shouting out all the BBWs.
Your cover is blown.
No, comrade, that was Jack. He sit here beside me. Document was in drawer.
What are you doing with a capitalist?
I get my cocaine and methamphetamines from him.
The coca.
I love
Know
that.
all about the coca.
You always have to know, that guy. That one guy that has the
Oh, man,
cocaine.
I'm kind of fucked up here.
Where you at, Peanut?
I'm right here, brother.
I said, well, find you a good lady, brother.
I'm trying to watch what I'm doing. I think I've got two things opened up here, and it's kind of fucking me up.
Yeah, just close them out, Peanut. Close them.
I won't try to, brother. I hope I get it right.
You'll get it right, brother.
Close all the time.
Yeah, relationships, man. That's what everyone's been talking about lately. These fucking relationships, dude. It seems like it's just that time of year, dude. You know, I don't know what
Valentine's Day.
Fuck a Valentine's Day, man. Who gives a fuck about a Valentine's Day? I got the
Oh, it's like pussy
Yeah.
magnet for females.
Yeah, I got your fucking. Yeah, all they want is a gift. That's all they want is a fucking present and fucking go fuck yourself.
You go to the on Valentine's Day. You go to the bar, and they ain't nothing but single females up in there, and they're all like, "Oh, why don't I have a man? Why don't I have a man?" And that's when the legs spread wide open. And if you're a creep, that's like ultimate creep scene.
Yeah, there's a lot of creep scenes.
Okay, am I back in? Can you hear me good now? I closed all this out.
Yeah, you're good, bro.
Okay. I'm learning a little bit better, G.
We'll get it, buddy. We'll get it. That's why I asked you, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
There you go.
Dude, females are fucked up, man.
Oh, you're
Females,
telling me.
their mentality
What
on
else is
things
there?
are fucked up, man.
What else is new? You kidding me?
Well, like I say, I can only speak for mine, guys. Mine was the sweetest angel on mouth-wise, speaking like bad language stuff. Had a hysterectomy, come out like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or something like that. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But went from this sweet voice to all at once, everything come out of her mouth was fuck, motherfucker, and never said shit like that. I mean, you talk total fucking shocker, man.
Where did that come from?
Pardon?
Dude, that was Dave. All right, Dave Holtz. All right, my bad. Dave, my
What's up,
bad.
Dave?
I'm
What's up,
sending you an
Dave?
invite. My bad.
Yeah, good on board, Dave.
Dave. Sorry to interrupt. Dave. Oh fuck. Oh, there he is, right there. Dave Holtz. He wants in.
Yeah, I'm gonna send bro into the link.
Dave,
Yeah, get Brolance in here, man.
I just heard Lance. I just.
Okay. G, what about the blonde girl was in here the other night? What was her name again?
Yeah, I just sent her.
What is her name again?
Cooper?
Oh, damn, I don't know.
That's what you can
The first night
Yeah,
Cool Breeze is a
Cool-
sweetheart.
Cool Breeze,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, she is a sweetheart from what I can see, man.
I just sent you a
Yeah.
link to.
Yeah,
Where's Nighthawk? I
You know,
haven't seen Nighthawk in a few days.
You know, she seemed like she keeps it real, man.
Oh yeah, they're done. Real people. No doubt. That's what it's all about, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
You'll be especially, and you are who you hang out with too, man. If you hang out with a bunch of negative fucks, you might as well become one, you know?
Guys, excuse me. I tell you, I've had a kind of rough day today. My back has really been giving me a lot of problems.
It's all good,
So-
man.
You know, hoping this right here will kind of ease things up a little bit.
Yeah, well, hopefully another girl, female, might see you out there and might take you on a cruise or something.
You know, I don't try to take this shit every day, but damn, I've had to need it. You know, had to have it the last 2 days, man.
When's the last time you went out, Peter?
Pardon, G? I'm sorry.
When's the last time you went out and tried to fix something?
Oh, damn, good question. I'm not 100% sure, D. G.
You gotta make time, brother. You gotta make time. Take yourself out there, put yourself out there and meet somebody, man. You know?
Well, I said, I was telling Brolance about this the other night, G. I don't think I got a real chance to tell you a little bit of some of my problems, man.
Well, don't do it on here, brother. Don't do it.
Okay. Okay.
No, I mean, you know, I don't want you to get personal on here, man. That's something that we'll do on the private.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, man.
But right now, we're just keeping fun, keeping love.
Sounds good, bro. Sounds good.
What kind of bars, what kind of scenes you got there?
Hey, he got it.
What's up?
What's up, dude?
What up?
What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
How's it going, guys?
All seems to be good, man.
I just wanted to jump in and say hi. I can't hang out.
Well, you know what you're missing? You're missing being with some damn great people.
Oh, yeah, I know who you are. G and Peanut and Mario. You're all dudes. I knew that, dude.
What's up, brother? I ain't seen you in a while, Dave. How you been?
Just working.
Keeping up with the work and shit.
Just working my ass off.
I said you keeping up with the Oregon situation? Birds?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? What's your take on that?
Blaine Cooper. I'm sending Blaine Cooper an invite.
Freaking blank.
He might be busy.
Go ahead, Dave. I'm here with Dave. I can hear you, Dave. Go ahead.
Actually, I don't guess there's probably nobody on here in this panel right now that probably ain't keeping up a little bit with what's going on in Oregon.
I'm trying to ask Dave. I'm trying to ask Dave what he thinks about the Oregon situation. Do you hear me?
Yes. Sorry.
No, I'm asking, can Dave hear me?
I think we all need to unite as one people and get shit done and go to each state, go to their capital and throw people out and get shit done. That's what I think.
Amen. I'll second that motion.
You're not going to do it out there in the middle of a cornfield.
But, you know, we got to give these guys credit, man. I mean, seriously. I mean, me, absolutely. These guys got some balls, man. God, I mean, damn you.
Rainbow Centers, the militia members, the militias all across the world. While everyone's home fucking watching shit, these motherfuckers are out there fucking in the shit.
Hey, by the way, did anybody else see the BLM meeting down here in Oregon where they kick Pete Santilli? I'm sorry, guys.
It's not Pete Santilli, yeah.
Santilli. But just ask him a simple question, you know, about the Constitution, and they fucking booed him and throwed shit at him and put him out.
They never wanted him there in the first place, bro.
Absolutely.
Who do you think called the 3%ers there?
I'm not sure, brother.
I'm telling you, Pete Santilli did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's the one who got them to get. That's what he said. I mean,
well, like I say, I've heard several things about him, guys, but I'll tell you right now, from listening to him and everything, you know, I've got a different opinion about it. You know, he seemed like he's doing a pretty good job, you know, especially on covering stuff, man. I appreciate that from him.
Yeah. What's up, Jack? You're muted, Jack.
Like I say, I just know if I had a chance and if I, you know, was a little bit physically able, I would be there. I really would.
I believe it.
I'm gonna send my enemy an invite.
Actually, I want to ride on your back, Mario. We both go.
I don't know, dude. Like, I guess Oregon is a really nice state, but I don't think I'm gonna go there.
Well, after the Hammonds went back to jail, when the Hammonds turned themselves in, that's when everybody left. It's not our decision what to do. It's their decision. It's their sheriff. It's their town. It's their community. The community needs to fucking decide what the fuck is up.
Absolutely.
Not us.
Absolutely.
We don't live there. They live there. We need to respect them. And it's not about what we want to do or what anyone wants to do, but the people that live there. That's what people forget. It's not about us. It's about them.
Right. But may I add this on here, G? What if maybe what about the part maybe that these guys are being misled on a lot of things and don't see the true
I think a lot of people are misled. A lot of people are fucking still saying, well, we don't know what to think about this, and we don't know where to stand on this, yada, yada, yada. You notice how many people left when they fucking turned themselves in to go back to jail. Everyone was like, well, it's time to go home.
Yeah.
Our job is done here.
Can I express my opinion on that?
Yeah.
I personally, and I may be totally wrong on this, but I personally do not believe the Hammonds wanted to go down there. I believe they was intimidated, especially when they told you cannot talk to these people, you can't do this, can't do that.
Right.
And it's a shame that these guys are going back there, guys. I mean, it's a fucking shame.
It is.
And I'm hoping
for a new judge to say, oh, guess what? It's time for you guys to go back in.
To me, and I'm like I say, I'm speaking for only me. If all this come out of this right here, got the Hammonds turned loose and put back home, it was worth every fucking minute of it. That's my opinion. The Hammonds should be home. And I'm gonna stick with that. I'm sorry. That's where I stand.
Yeah, but they surrendered.
I know it, but there might be a little bit more here that we don't know about. Like I say, especially when they're coming up and say, "Hey, if you don't do this, don't go along with us. We may go after your daughter, your wife, your grandchildren." These people's got a hell of a way and intimidate people. That's always been their tactic.
It's called the Gambinos. It's called the Gambinos and the Patriarchas. Yeah, I know all about that stuff. They did that shit around here in the 70s and the 80s. They did that shit.
But this ain't the only place this shit's going on. I mean, this happened right here in my in my county. West Virginia, next county over from me, man. I'm seeing shit that's unfucking real, and people I talked to several people today, which I normally don't. But damn, a lot of people are fucking mad about some of the shit's going on,
Well, you think I reflect on it, and it's like they have a good cause. Because the ranchers, like if you think about it in the terms of the ranchers, then yes, the ranchers should have their rights to because to be honest with you, like the BLM, I don't even know who the fuck the BLM was until the Bundys.
Right.
And so
you're not the only one.
The BLM can go and buy. So they're buying land or they're confiscating land, and they're confiscating land for what? For the federal government. So the federal government is buying land. Like there has to be owner. Like the BLM has to buy the land from somebody. So who are they buying the land from?
Well, mostly they're putting hardship on a lot of these people, like I've seen on the canals, the water, and this, that, and whatever. They're, it's forced a lot of people to sell, and these people wouldn't sell until the BLM made it so fucking hard on them.
The people.
They already owe 75-80% of the shit out there. They don't give a fuck about 100,000 acres that fucking was on fire, yada yada yada. Who knows they couldn't fuck? Who knows that they didn't fucking put it on fire? But the bottom line is, it doesn't fucking matter what we think because they had to go back. Mm-hmm. That's it. And that's it. That there is no other way to look at it other than they had to go back.
Yep.
They like Sap said in its external. If they were going to get raided. They would get fucking on a fucking warrant. There would be a whole bunch of shit. It would have been a fucking lot worse.
Absolutely.
Was it sappers?
Yeah.
Yeah, Saints and Saps is out there. What's up, Sap? What's up, M&P? What's up, here? What's up, Jay? Jay Orange is in the house now.
Well, you think about it, like, all right, so
Anybody wants a link, just put it on the channel. We'll link you up.
I like, and I've said this hundreds of times. A man's wealth is based on how much land he owns. It's not about money. It's all about land. If a man has deeds to land, then that's his true wealth. And like I'm Portuguese. I'm from Portugal. So my brother is a farmer in Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother, like Portugal, the Portuguese government tried to do eminent domain on his land because they wanted to build those fucking wind farms. They wanted to build, because in Portugal, where I'm from, it's high up in the mountains, but you can grow shit on there. So they wanted to do eminent domain because they're like, oh, you own too much land. You don't need that much land to grow corn. You don't need that much land to grow wheat and have goats and sheep and all that crap, grazing and this and that. So they tried to take a piece of his land and they wanted to build fucking wind farms. They wanted to build those big ass fucking turbines with the fucking things spinning around in circles.
Yeah, a lot of solar panels.
Yeah, and my brother was like, fuck you, man. That's my fucking land. That land has been in my family for, I don't know how many hundreds of years.
Yep.
That's the one thing with Portugal is that land has been in my family for hundreds of years. And all of a sudden the government just wants to come in and just take it, not even give them a dime for it. They don't even want to give them money for it. They just want to take it.
Yeah. Well,
And my brother was like, fuck you. You ain't fucking taking any of that shit.
Yeah, they're condemning it for profit, personal gain, and causing hardship on a lot of these people. Hey guys, I want to make a suggestion here. One people out here in the panel right now that's good on making videos, and Brolance, I'm speaking to you. Guys, how about we come up with reasons why they should be down there, why what they're doing is a great thing.
They're going home. They already got departure. They got departure dates today. They already said they're going home.
Oh, did they really?
It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad, man.
Who said they're going home?
The people. The community.
The community told them to go.
Whoa, you're asking a question. Let me hear it out. Hear it out.
I'm trying.
Well, if you be quiet, you'll listen and you'll learn. The community, the neighborhood, the community, Burns, do not want these 3%ers and the Bundys there. They want them out. They don't want them anymore.
One thing
You
I heard,
understand
G,
what I'm saying?
yeah, but one thing I heard, G, and I don't know how true this is, and if you know something, please tell me, because like I say, I'm really interested on this, and I want to try to keep my facts straight. From my understanding, there was quite a few people at that meeting that was employees of the BLM, and I don't know if any of that shit is true.
Of course. There could be all the people that are putting Bundys go home. That could be all fucking BLM people.
Absolutely.
Of course it could. Those people that were speaking, the other night were our fucking BLM. Of course.
I see one of their psyops. Well, I'm gonna call it like this. Call it, and I may be totally wrong on that again. That how they're keeping the children out of school. That's bullshit. Them kids are not threatened. These guys are back out 30 miles away from every fucking thing. These kids should be in school, and that's one of the things they're trying to go off on. And I think that's totally wrong.
Ooh.
Let these kids go to school. These guys out here are not doing anything. If something happens, the feds or whatever is going to do their thing or whatever, then, hey, look, lock down the school, send them home or whatever. But don't use
lock down school?
I'm just saying if something comes up that they feel like they need to lock down, but don't use these damn schools and stuff, and I'm sorry how I said that. but don't use these kids and stuff.
No, that's what they do every time with anything
I-
that happens. It's all about the kid.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
didn't the feds commandeer the high school? Isn't
I
that
think
why
so.
the schools were shut down? Because the feds commandeered the high school. Then after all the backlash, they moved to the airport. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I heard something similar like that.
So
But
it's
what
not
does-
like the Bundys shut down the schools, or it's not like the fear from the families shut down the schools. The feds said shut down the schools so we can use them.
Absolutely.
So who caused the
Never let a crisis go to waste.
right?
Yeah, but that just goes to show you how much of a dickheads the fucking federal government is, where they have to like that's like petty shit. Like, all right, I can't get my way, so you're not like. I don't know, dude. That's fucking
Hey,
wrong.
hey, Mark.
MMP's about to come in here.
You're right on that though. They do act like little children, Mario.
Yeah.
They act like they own everything, they run everything, even though all of our tax dollars go to them to make all that shit happen. So I think they should be a little more respectful toward us.
What they need to do is they need to get rid of the BLM. The BLM should be non-existent. They should like fire every single one of them agents. Like, hey, agents,
And then
go
quit
find the
quit
job
yourself.
somewhere else. Like,
Mario, can you, if you can, stick your head through the screen here? I want to fucking hug you on that one, man.
dude, just like let the ranchers do their fucking thing. They're just
They manage that land just fine without the
Yeah, but they
Bureau
manage it
of
for-
Land Management. So yes, you're right. Let the ranchers do it. They did just fine without them.
yeah, but who is the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management? Who are they managing it for? They're
Bottom line
managing
is
it
just
for
another
the
fucking
government.
alphabet
They're
game.
government. For the
Themselves.
government.
What is the government gonna do with that land?
Shit, they own 75% of the land in the West. BLM owns at least 75%.
They're
of the
reaping the
West.
resources.
Are the BLM? Are they raising
that's what I
cattle?
was
Are the
gonna say.
BLM
Can I-
raising cattle? Are
Fuck
the
no.
BLM?
No.
So fuck the BLM, dude. Get rid of them, dude. They don't defund them. That's when the government has become too big. It's become too big that we need a BLM. Fuck you, BLM. See you the fuck later. Defund them. Take all their money away. Let those dudes go be cops. Let them go be whatever the fuck else they want to be. Because, dude, we don't, like, I don't know, man. I think the human beings can manage the land. They don't need a BLM to manage the land. And then they put barbed wire fences? Like,
MMP.
that's like private property type
Yeah.
shit.
MMP, good to see you, brother. Welcome to the chat.
So,
Moderator was trying to let me, I want to share the link, share the floor with MMP and let him give his
You know, there's one
Hey,
thing.
Hold on, let me hear from Peanut. Peanut, let me hear MMP real quick. And Peanut, this is MMP, good friend of ours. And MMP, you know Peanut.
Somebody go ahead and enlarge my screen. And we need to put this baby to bed on these.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
All right, let's do that.
Let's do this.
all right, MMP has the floor.
Listen, some people like to accuse. They don't know you. They accuse you of things. You know, they call you fucking things that you ain't. You know, I listened to a chat, and it was a shout out to Tony tonight, by the way. I unsubscribed from him. I was pissed off at him for calling me a status, things like that. But you know what? The only reason what I was trying to do that night, and this was the night before all this shit went down, is to share things with people. Okay? Go ahead and enlarge my screen. Somebody do it.
Yeah, Mario, you have to do it.
Yo, screen share.
Mario,
Okay.
no, just click on Mario, click on MMP.
Yeah, just click on that icon there at the bottom.
I had a full screen. It's went away 2 or 3 times. All right, right
You
there
have
it
to
is.
click on them. You have to. I did it. Yeah, I did it.
Have any of you guys read the court documents or the official DOJ report?
No.
Not
Why
all of
not?
it.
Hold on. If it's gonna be a no from each and every one of you, I'm gonna say honestly, I'm disappointed, and shame on you.
Well,
Shame
now,
on
you know,
you.
I respect that, but I've had a lot of things going on. I really haven't got a chance. I've been wanting to get to it.
So here's an
I will get to
opportunity.
it.
Here's an opportunity to see it, though. Here's an
I'm a
opportunity.
nice guy. I don't like to confront people and call them fucking names and shit like that. I don't. I'm not the same guy I was 15, 20 years ago. Regardless of what people say about other people, the real deal is that you can find information on anybody you want.
Absolutely.
Okay? And you don't even have to pay for it. It's public. You can go to any government website. A lot of people, they're afraid to actually visit government websites. They think, oh, I'm going to be tagged or labeled or whatever the fuck it is. But let's go through this, shall we?
Go right ahead, man. I'm
the
all
floor is
yours.
yours, buddy. The floor is yours.
And I'm glad you're doing this because that gives me a chance to understand a lot of words I don't understand. That way you can help me a little bit better.
Now, this is off of the justice.gov's own website. The DOJ release. This is their press release. You can go to any police department. You can go to any government website and pull up a court case. You can go to the 9th District Court and go to their website, look into their archives, type in the Hammonds. Now, for some odd fucking reason, I don't know what's going on. It won't let me attach these to YouTube videos. You know, all these people making these videos and the rumors, and nobody ever brings up the actual court documents. They don't bring up the DOJ. Here's the red herring that nobody's talking about. And I promise you, this is going to come out. It's not going to come out today. It didn't come out last week. Here's the red herring that nobody talked about. I get it. People trust people, you know. I get it. I get it. They take their word on things. I get it.
Right.
Here's the deal. Let's look at this thoroughly here. Okay, this is the DOJ's narrative on it.
Yeah.
Do you know that they were charged with poaching? Do you know that? And if you don't, why don't you? It ain't double jeopardy, folks. The laws haven't been repealed. Any little think, talk, or whatever about a fucking revolution is not going to undo all these fucking laws. There's millions of them on the books. Are you going to go to each and every one of these attorneys' houses and shoot and kill them? No, that's not going to undo everything. It's time to actually grow the fuck up, use your brains, because each one of you are a good person. You're a human being. You're a super fucking being. You have a brain. That's better than any computer on the planet. But yet, you know what? People want to fucking get all butthurt at each other, call each other fucking names, separate, divide. I made a fucking video about divisive terminologies. Do you know what those are? That's neuro-linguistic programming. It's to silence you. It's to keep you divided between a race, a fucking label that doesn't fucking exist. You know, it bugs the fuck out of me. Can you read this? Do you know they were charged with poaching and covering it up, and family members testified to it? This was never disclosed to you. A fucking wildlife refuge in the middle of fucking Oregon, in the middle of nowhere, is not the United States. It is a state. It's not going to start a fucking revolution all over the fucking country. It's time to grow up. You want to fucking start a revolution? Then you better take out fucking 8, 9 states at one fucking time if you really want to do this. Think tactically. I am a Marine.
These dudes are fucking stolen valor dudes.
I am former law enforcement. Do I need to show you my records? If I do, go fuck yourself. That's what I can tell you people out there.
What did they poach?
Deer. And they had a lot of them, and they started a fire to cover up the evidence. It's done all the fucking time. It's right here in the DOJ report. Let me try and pull up, and you know what? It won't let me screen share the actual 9th Circuit Court fucking document. It's their fucking complaint. Can you read this?
You know, I won't question your what you've done and everything. I believe you've done it. Actually, I've heard it.
We know. But when there are witnesses that come forward and a family member, I honestly, folks, it disgusts me and it hurts me. And it should hurt you being lied to.
Okay, but I'm trying to understand what side of the fence you're on here, because I understand the constitutional issues against the Hammonds, But and the poaching thing, they're horrible people because of this. Was there no wrong done to them? No wrong?
Oh, whoa. Hold on.
That's
I didn't
what I
get
wanna
that
know.
far yet. I didn't get that far yet. I don't know the Hammonds. Do you?
Okay. No, I don't.
I'm
All
sure,
we know is
I'm
what we've
sure
been
they're good,
told.
decent people. But did a light bulb go off in anybody's head with the two separate sentences for the same crime that everybody thinks that they committed? One man got 3 months, the other got a year. Why is that?
Because the one was older. Obviously, it was prejudice.
No, because the old man wasn't involved on the actual poaching.
I can get that. But at the same
This
time,
is how it really works, gentlemen.
should they be treated for treason?
One witness testified he barely escaped the 8 and 10 foot high flames caused by the arson that was actually used to cover up a fucking poaching scam. That was never mentioned by anybody.
But
Why?
I have heard the story where the BLM set a fire that locked a lot of innocent people into a valley and almost burned them to death.
Look,
So accusations, I mean,
accusations are one thing, but when you have witnesses and a family member come
well, these
forward,
were witnesses too. These were a lot of people that said they were trapped in a valley from a BLM fire.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's
almost
right
burned
here. The fire consumed 139 acres. That's the one everybody keeps talking about. That seems,
That's worth $4 million, right?
Do laws,
$400,000. Sorry.
laws apply to people? It's a yes or a no. We can think that the
Unjust laws do not. No, absolutely not.
Well,
Constitutional laws apply.
When you're standing in a courtroom, show me the evidence to where laws don't apply to people because they get put in prison every goddamn
Okay, well,
day.
you're asking if you're going to be held in, some kind of court or some kind of jail because of a law they made. I'm saying unconstitutional laws do not apply to me as a human.
Correct.
And when you go behind that fence of the courtroom, when you go behind that little gate and you're in maritime law now, that's a totally different story. They can do whatever they want to you.
We all know that these things are unjust. But until they are repealed, guess what? What we see doesn't fucking matter. In
But
reality,
isn't that what the Ammon Bundy situation is out there? They're trying to repeal these unjust laws that put the Hammonds in double jeopardy, some people call it. But
have you seen anybody outside that Ninth Circuit judge's house yet?
no, and they should be.
Have you seen anybody outside that judge's house that actually originally sentenced them?
Nope, and they should be.
Okay.
But how is that the defense?
Look, I'm not trying to argue with you guys. I'm just trying to say we're smart people. Let's use our minds here. And when you don't get 100% OPSEC or you don't get a 100% brief on something, and somebody just wants you to show up based on a half story or a half truth, why in the fuck would you even think about putting gas in the tank, putting yourself in jeopardy, your family? I mean, everything. Why would you?
Because simply, I would put it like this: burning 129 acres is not worth $400,000. And the things that they do out there on these ranches, I think there's been an injustice done. And if you can prove to me that everything that has been done to them is correct and lawful, and you would be fine if they did that to you, then I'll stand with you.
No, I wouldn't be. But you know
then
what?
if there's an injustice done, shouldn't we fight against the injustice?
I'm not saying there's no injustice done. What I'm trying to tell you is there's a narrative that's very important that needs to be examined before it comes out and it's spun by the media, by everybody else. But you know what? At the same time, you also have to consider the source of who started this using the Hammond family, whom you've never heard from.
That's fine, but now you're degrading from the actual issue. If the Hammonds were done wrong, stick to the Hammonds. It doesn't matter if Pete Santilli or Santitty. I love what you said there, Peanut. Santitty.
Sorry.
I'm going to call him that from now on. Pete Santitty. It's fine. He's out there recording what's going on. But if there is an injustice, that's what we need to deal with and not separate it because this guy got involved. Now this is a bullshit operation and nobody should support it. That to me doesn't make sense.
No. I
heard a stolen valor. That's what I heard.
I didn't say that at all. What I stated was there was a narrative that was very important. Do you think people would have showed up out there had they read the actual court documents?
Maybe not, but maybe that's a good
You never
thing.
know. A lot of people don't care about the court documents.
I mean, it's the constitutional issue, not the court documents from the past. They were done wrong. You admitted that.
Yes.
Okay. So the documents really don't mean anything to me. I mean, I watched or saw this Google Plus meme today where it was the Wizard of Oz people, and they're all sitting around the Tin Man and the dog and all these. They're burning the straw man in the fire, and they go, well, this is democracy because we all voted you to be burned. And even though the one person, the straw man, did nothing wrong, democracy said we have to burn you. That to me is not justice.
No,
So
it's
if
not.
you're done
Right,
wrong
right.
in some kind of way, we have to stand against the injustice. We got to forget all the things of the past, and this guy was bad, or this guy joined the clause. Now we can't defend the injustice. I think we have to defend the injustice.
All right, I want to bring up something that I read. I was eating lunch today at work, and I was thumbing through my Facebook feed, and I saw this. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Oh shit, I gotta screen share that shit. Hold on, let me see. Screen share. Hold on.
Well, you on that, Marlo, I want to share one thing, guys. I want to remind you all about one thing. No matter what, this, that, whatever, okay? And like I said, don't take me wrong on this. I just want to share a little bit of something. Once upon a time in my life, I really become a flip getting fucking 5 to 10 years for one reason. 3 fucking people lied on me. And damn, I'll tell you right now, it really took a fucking toll on me, man. These people come a fucking flip, put me in fucking jail for 10 years. And I'm sitting here to tell you, I never done a fucking thing wrong. And I'm going to tell you right now, you have no idea how much of a fucking toll it took on my fucking life and what it's done to me today.
Absolutely.
What these fucking people done to me, man.
Two against one, you lose. That's democracy.
Have you guys read it? Can you guys see my screen share?
Yes.
It says heavily armed Oregon Patriots lied about their actual military combat surface. I don't know who this Nate Thayer guy is, but this is all about like pretty much all their bullshit. I get. I don't know. This could be all propaganda, but this is a good read on like pretty much how all these guys are all claiming that
I know that guy. He's from Arizona. I know that.
But
I think that's the distraction circle jerk, though. Who is this guy? I mean, we got to stick with the issue. Dude, does the government have the right to own any land outside of Washington, D.C.? Yes or no?
They have no right to own land outside of the
10 miles.
Absolutely.
It says the heavily armed protesters strutting around dressed in military camouflage in Oregon have one thing in common. Many have lied about their service in the U.S. military, falsified combat duty services in Iraq and Afghanistan, and lied about being captured, held as POWs, and being wounded in combat, according to to official U.S. military documents and veterans groups who investigate false military service. Well,
right,
I guess a bunch of these guys.
Big deal, though, man. If you okay, let me ask you this, Mario. I'm just going to be a real hypothetical here. You raped
I don't deal in hypotheticals.
I know you don't deal in hypotheticals.
This guy was an Ammon Bundy fucking bodyguard, and he's over here fucking getting cocked.
Okay, listen, dude. You raped 3 women, and now somebody breaks into your house and they rob you, and you have video footage of that. And you go to court, and the court tells you.
Blaine Cooper is not even his real name.
Here we go again with all the bad things people have done. The issue is what you've got to deal with. Were they done wrong? Nobody ignores the fact that they were done wrong. Everybody says there was an injustice here, but we want to look at the characters of people that are calling out the injustice. Isn't the injustice the problem, not the character of the people?
This guy is the worst. Jeffrey Preston. Lance, I don't know, man. Like,
I guess you'll never go to court because surely you've done something wrong in your life, and if you have an issue where somebody breaks into your house, the court can throw it all out because you have a bad past. Because of your past, even though you were done wrong. That doesn't make sense to me, bro. I think you still got to deal with the issues.
I don't lie. I'm not a liar.
Okay, I know that. What you say
about me is I'm not a liar. And these dudes, like, they might be badasses. They might be
But it's not about defending them. They're defending someone else. They're defending a constitutional issue, and that's what we need to deal with. If there was an injustice, and I don't think anybody denies that something was done wrong here, there's something we need to deal with here. And we're going and we're looking in the past of people that are standing up, supporting it, or saying I'm against it, or whatever. We're looking at them as a person rather than the issue. That's deflection.
May I ask one question right here? You know, when you're saying there about the poaching deal, and I totally get that, but my question is,
What's up?
why did he not go after him and arrest his ass for the poaching? That's the part I'm not understanding.
Okay, do you know what remanded sentences are?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. No, I don't.
People call it double jeopardy.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
Lawful and legal are completely different things. This is why I was talking about attorneys. Do you guys know any attorneys' names that are attached to any statute within your state statutes? Have you ever seen an attorney's name written by the hand of so-and-so Esquire? The answer is no. He'll never, ever, ever, that guy's not going to stand beside you in a courtroom and go, hey, judge, this is what I meant by the language I crafted. No, it applies to you blanketly, blindly. The state does not. And when I mean the state being the government, a body politic. It's not a landmass. It's not a fucking actual boundary of an area. That's not the state. The state is a body politic. They're a bunch of fucking people that get together and write laws that say, hey, this applies to you because we said it applies to you. That's how it fucking works. Yeah. It's gone beyond ridiculous. I mean, we all know humanly that these things aren't legitimate.
Do you know what will also never happen in a courtroom? This will never happen. I've been in a lot of courtrooms and I've never seen this happen, where a attorney comes up and he presents the case defending the other person, and the judge says, I cannot accept your testimony because you were in a drunk driving accident 20 years ago. Yep. That never happens. And why are we doing this? Why are we digging into people's past and saying, even though you're trying to defend something that was unjust, where somebody was done unjustly wrong, and you want to blame the other person for their faults? That's twisted, man. It has nothing to do with them. It's about the facts. Why aren't we dealing with the facts? This has to do with the Hammonds, not Pete Santilli or Santitti.
Well, it doesn't have to do with the Hammonds anymore. Because like I said, when are you going to see the protests outside these attorneys' houses, the judges' houses? You're not. It's not.
And I'll agree with that. We're not placing blame where blame is due. And you're agreeing with me here in that aspect. We're putting it off on all these other people that are researching it or maybe recording it or whatever. Oh, you're a bad guy. I can't listen to you.
Yep.
That's bullshit. He's out there recording it, so
yep.
Who else is out there?
Like I said, people, hey man, I don't claim to be the smartest guy. I don't. But my past, I cannot undo. I cannot unthink. Just like none of you can. Nobody's better than anybody else because of what they used to do or anything else. All we can do in life is just grow and learn and just that's all we can do.
And on top of that, try to make this world a better fucking place.
There is no magic bullet.
The credibility comes into play.
There is no magic bullet.
No, I don't think it does. Not with forgiveness. And Mario, it's funny you say that as a Christian. It's funny you don't have the forgiveness for others because some things you got to put to the side. That's what I'm saying. If it comes down to an issue that somebody else has done wrong, your credibility doesn't even matter. Even if you call it out as being wrong, you're still saying that issue's wrong. Don't look at me. I'm a fuck up. I'll admit it. I'm a total fuck up. But the issue is wrong, and that's where we're getting twisted. We're looking at the people's credibility, and are you one to say it's fucked up? Well, it doesn't really matter. If the issue is fucked up and the truth proves and the facts prove the issue's fucked up, you need to deal with the issue, not the person.
Anyways, I was just monitoring out in the exterior, thought I'd jump in because people, the information's out there.
You did jump in, bro.
The information's out there for you. Well, let's use our brains. Let's just let's just Be smart. Be what we are. We're super fucking computers in our brains.
And it's funny, MMP. Remember you put that shit on G Plus right before all this shit happened,
Dude, I did. I did.
remember.
And everybody wanted it ignored, G, and I couldn't understand why.
I know. I remember us talking about this. I remember.
You know what? Fuck the haters out there. Hey, I support the message. I'm going to tell you flat, I support the message. But you know what? It's a reality, folks. There are people out there within your own countrymen that are trying to shut you up. They don't want you to fucking tell the truth. They don't want you to fucking do none of these things for yourselves. They want you to fucking follow and shut the fuck up and then get yourself fucking exposed. This isn't paranoia. This is reality. It's reality.
I see your side of the fence here. So you think it's a psyop to just
Be
get
on
people
both sides of the fence. How about that? You ever,
Dude, one of Blaine Cooper's
think it's a honey
buddies
trap?
sitting in jail because he ratted his ass out, and I don't trust no fucking rat.
Okay. So.
But you have to hear whatever he's saying.
Well, he thinks it's a honey trap. I'm trying to.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Really?
You can only look at hey, look.
You have to hear it from both sides. You got to understand where you're getting your information from, and yada yada yada. There's so much shit out there, dude. You don't.
I'm just going off of his words.
You know,
His words.
He said you go out there and you get yourself exposed.
Right.
That's a honey trap issue. I understand what he's saying. You know, and I can respect that. But
have you ever heard of The Art of War?
Yeah.
Have you read the book?
Yeah.
It was required reading. It's required reading in some fields, okay? It is. And the reason why it's required reading is to get people to think. Okay? We had required reading lists when I was in the Marine Corps. And you know why they actually did that? When you're doing your when you go in front of your boards for promotion, things like that, they want to know where you're fucking at. They want to know if you're ready to be promoted to that next level, things like that, and how smart are you to actually lead people, because lives are at stake. If you're not thinking and you just blindly fucking do things on rumor, it doesn't. You're gonna get yourself and everybody else killed.
Absolutely.
Dude, if you don't trust your general or your staff sergeant or your level 4 or whatever the heck the Army calls themselves.
It's not a matter of trust. In reality, in real life, that's all fantasy. It's not a matter of trust. It's a matter of, are you capable? Are you mature enough to actually be accountable for those things that you do? You know, and the things that you're going to draw other people into. You don't want to give a brief that's only half. You want to give a full brief on the maybes. There's always a plan B and C, never just plan A. That doesn't exist in the real world. Not in my world. Not in my old world. Not in my new world.
Yeah, but I'm pretty certain that, homeboy gives you a briefing, and homeboy is gonna tell you, be like, this briefing is fucking bullshit, fucking this is crap. We're just gonna fucking do the best that we can with what we got to deal with. And I'm sure it's flexible, it's flexible when it comes to, like, I don't know, dude. I'm not a military person. I've never been in the military, but I'm just like thinking inside my head, like, if I'm sitting there and I'm hearing these orders coming down, be like, all right, we need to go invade this house, but this house might not really be what it says it is, but you got to keep your guard up. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I've never been in the Army, so I don't know how.
It's not. You don't have to be. It's not about that. It's about thinking. It's about thinking.
Know your surroundings, dude. Know your surroundings.
We had a saying: if you're not cheating, you're not trying. In other words, you're not thinking. You're in a situation with a bunch of other devil dogs, and you need to get the fuck out of something that's okay. So you're enveloped.
Because the feds didn't leave, they didn't get the fuck out, and they realized this situation.
What if the person in the house is the feds?
You're enveloped. Okay, how do you get out?
Well, let me ask a question. What do you guys think would be the best scenario here to make everything go away?
The feds get the fuck out and go home and let the state handle the issue. But when the pussy sheriff Ward is saying, I'm leaning on everybody else to make the decision.
Dude,
When
you
the
think
sheriff has the most control constitutionally, he has the most control over his own state, and he's a pussy and he gives that control to everybody else. You done lost the battle. You done lost
Yeah,
the
but
battle. You're not fighting it the right way.
What battle are you gonna get into?
The feds need to get the fuck out. They're stirring up the problem. And Pete Santilli said it right, and he got kicked out of that meeting because of it.
Yeah.
You're gonna send your deputy to get into a gunfight?
If
Yeah,
RT was there and RT had said the same thing Pete Santilli said,
They
oh
would've
my
stayed.
God, we'd have a media blast.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's true. That's real shit. That's real shit.
The best thing to do is just let them sit there. Let them sit there and do absolutely whatever the hell they want to do.
Wrong. That's what they said. That's what, cut off their power, cut off their phones, let them sit there and think about what they did wrong. That's treating people like little fucking children, and I'm not on that game.
Right.
I'm not your little child.
Well,
But you know what's funny
let
about
them-
that,
let them
Mario?
sit there for
You know what's
fucking
funny
5
about that,
minutes.
Mario? These people, these ranchers are smart enough. Cut off their power, cut off their water, cut off their phone. They will still survive. They
Yeah.
handle that. They manage
That's
that
fine. That's
much better than the
absolutely
BLM,
fine.
the Bureau of Land Management. They can handle it. They can take care
Hey,
of themselves.
in a weird way, they won without confrontation because that's what they want. That's what they want. Ultimately, that's what they want. They want to be left the fuck alone.
And what's wrong
So
with that?
leave them the fuck alone.
Fine.
Let 'em
Let's
sit there.
do that. Let's do that. That would be the fix to this problem. Leave them the fuck alone. Feds go home. You have no right here. You have no authority, not a constitutional authority even. And the sheriff won't stand up. He's a fucking pussy. He's leaning on everybody else saying, well, bring in the feds. Let's let the
Okay.
feds take care of this. And the feds are just going to kill everybody like they did at Waco or Ruby Ridge. So let the people have their
They're not
fucking
gonna
land
kill
and do with
anybody
it what they
because they're not
want.
even gonna get involved. They're not going
Why
to
is
kill
that
anybody
such a
because they're not
fucking
even going to get involved. They're just going to ignore it.
Let me bring up something there on that right there, Bro Lance.
I'm gonna go
Bro,
ahead and jump out. I just came in to I don't know, maybe not. I'm not against these people. I'm not against anything. I'm just not. I gave up that shit a long time ago. I'm for my Constitution. I am for my state constitution, and that's very important. It ain't all about Obama and the federal fucking government. It's about your state. It's about your governor. It's about your representatives around you, your
About
local
people.
community.
About your people.
And that's where it boils down. That's where it all boils down. If that's just my opinion, and if that doesn't play with you, cool. You want to go
It
on
plays
and
fine
keep
with
talking
me,
about
but
the
you
rumors and this and that without going to the sources of all of these things and not question those, which I do. I question the sources of the DOJ report. I read the Ninth Circuit Court document. I read it. I don't know why anybody else hasn't, and they keep going about these fucking rumors.
Okay,
Until
if they
you
were
solve the
poachers,
rumors,
if
they
that
do
was the
apply to you
issue,
physically. They
deal
still
with
apply
them on
to
the
you physically.
poaching issue.
What's
But
that?
do you not agree that there was some injustice done if the
I already
BLM
told you yes.
claims to own all that land out there? The government claims to own all that land out there, but our Constitution says they can't. That they can only own within 10 miles of D.C. I mean, we can agree on that, or we can't agree on that. I don't know what it
agree
is.
on it, but you and I don't make we're not sitting on a bench. We're not fucking judges.
Well, we are a judge when they're out there saying that you can't graze your cattle here because we own it, but we have a constitution that says you don't have a right to own it. So we need to stand up for that constitution, do we not?
To go make them adhere to their oath over their policy.
How do you do that?
Exactly. I don't have
Then you have to have people that enforce it.
Who?
A judge can write all sorts of laws that they want, but it's one thing if somebody has to go there and enforce what the judge says.
Okay.
You know what? People keep calling it corruption. Get it right, folks. It's a system. It's been long in the making. There are people that realize these things. They get out of these lifestyles.
What do you think about the 3%ers, MMP, that showed up at the FBI camp like that? What do you
I don't
think?
even know what the hell that is.
Well, they came out there as a security force. They want to be
They kicked them out. Well, I don't know if they kicked them
They
out.
didn't kick them out.
No,
They didn't
they
kick
don't
them
want to
out.
be a mediator between the two parties, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
They were there to bring for security because people brought them in.
Anyways, hey, I'm out. You guys.
What are you going out? What are you going out for? China over.
And
Well, what do you mean you're out?
I'm out. My wife called me in the
I'm
house.
fucking with you, brother. I'm
Hey, bro.
I came in here to just.
I know.
All the rumors, man. Every time, I just want to view these chats, and everybody keeps talking about these fucking rumors. We know there's injustices. We all know these things.
Well, this is what I was telling these guys a while ago. I'm trying to do a comment or video on facts.
Oh,
And I was just trying to ask some facts because I want to get it right. You know, I don't want to come out there and spread no fucking rumors. I want to get it right. But I want to ask you one question, brother, before you leave. And forgive me, I don't remember your name.
Mark Podemski.
Okay. If you had a chance to run for Congress, would you try to change a lot of stuff that's going on? Could you help us if somebody like yourself was voted into office?
No.
Why?
I just answered your question.
Okay.
It's up for you to actually they exploded a man's head in broad daylight and turned it into a conspiracy theory?
You know, the only reason why I asked that, I feel you're sincere about things, and if you was, I'd vote for you, man. You know, I'm just telling you.
Hey, I appreciate that. That's not why I stopped in here. It was just actually go look. Read documents, and when you're not being told something fully.
Yeah. And I agree with you, and that's one of the things that we really need to know, and that's how come I'm asking questions. I want to know the truth. I don't want to base my opinion on something there unless I know the truth. And that's what we need. We need more truth.
The truth is going to be, the truth lies with those people that didn't want to speak out, that didn't ask for help. That's where the truth lies. I cannot say, but I can tell you what.
You're going to let them die and the rest of the country die based on precedents, because the precedents will be set here. Law precedents will be set here.
Okay, I'm going to leave you with this. I want you to go down. I want you to go ahead and make sure that whoever's sitting in your county jail tonight for jaywalking because he had a fucking bad attitude, go bail him out. Go bail him out and exploit that person. All right? Because this is happening to people.
Okay, so you're talking about injustice. I agree. I totally agree. Why don't we fight against this injustice when there's so many others?
So many. So many.
I agree. I don't know. Maybe this
because
was
you
the
have to
right
pick
time.
a battle that the people can understand. And MP, I got a problem with something you said a little while ago, that it's up to judges to interpret the Constitution and interpret the law. You know, the founders wrote the Constitution so the average man could interpret it for themselves. Wait, hold on. And
No. Go make them fucking follow it.
Enforce it. They have to have judges are only as good as their enforcers.
You got a problem with what I just told you, which is a reality? Fuck you, dude. You're out of your fucking mind.
Come on, Podemski. Come on. Bring it down a level.
I mean, maybe I was out of the context a little bit, but I mean, now he's gone.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, basically, I heard him say that it's up to judges and not the people to interpret the Constitution, and that's
yeah, but the
100% wrong.
The judges are judges. They judge, they make a ruling, but then there has to be enforcers. There has to be muscle behind the judge's rule, and if the judge has no muscle, then the judge's ruling ain't shit. So who's gonna be the enforcers?
I don't mean to pick on him, but like, he is a former cop, right? I mean, yep. I just found that out the other day talking to G. My bad. I think it's public. But I mean, look at all the training you get as a police officer. Basically, the training you get when you have people bringing up the Constitution to you, right? Police officers are trained, well, if someone brings up the constitutionality of the stop or anything like that, don't pay any fucking attention to them. The people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Judges have ruled on this, and this is why this is legal. And that's what gets ingrained into these officers, and that's why they don't give a fuck about the Fourth Amendment when they're on the side of the road with you.
Right.
They don't give a fuck about the Fifth either. I mean...
Dude, in a weird way,
that's how they're trained. And I bet if he was to come back on here in a minute, I mean, I could show you training videos. You know, go look at a training video. Oh, shit, I think it's like Florida Sheriff's Association put out on how to deal with sovereign citizens. They label anybody who even mentions the Constitution as a sovereign citizen.
Yeah.
And say that they're a terroristic threat. I mean, what the fuck?
Yep. The attitude
and that these people are completely wrong because judges have ruled on it, and judges have said that cops have the authority to pull you over and extort you on the side of the road.
The last time I was arrested, Justin, I kept my mouth shut, and it freaked the cops out. I didn't say a fucking word. From the time I was arrested till the time I got to jail, I didn't say a fucking word. See, because I knew my legal right was I had the right to remain silent. Whether they respect it or not, you cannot make me speak. And so if I don't speak, you can't use that shit against me. And
Right.
fucking, I got a good deal in the end of it.
the one time I got arrested for underage drinking. I was 20 years old in like 9 months, and I got busted for fucking drinking underage. And I'm sitting in the back of the cop car, and the whole entire time I'm sitting in the back. I had cuffs on. I'm like, this is some fucking bullshit. This is fucking bull. I can't believe you're fucking sending me to the fucking prison. Oh, not prison. It was a police like prison. I'm like, I can't believe you're fucking sending me for fucking like in like 3 months from now, I'm gonna be of legal age. And like, I was fucking reaming the cop, and the cop was sitting there like, yeah, I know, I understand your grievance, but you know, this is the law. I gotta take you in. And I'm like, you don't gotta take me in, bro. Just fucking let me out. Just let me out.
There's no bargaining, right? You can't bargain your way out of that situation at all. And even though they are constitutionally sworn to the oath of the Constitution, it doesn't matter if they're upward authority. If the sheriff or whoever in that town says you got to do it this way, even if it's constitutionally wrong, they will do it that way. That's their job. That's their livelihood. So your best bet as a citizen is to keep your mouth shut, because whatsoever you say can and will more than likely will be used against you. So keep your mouth shut. It just dumbfounds them. They don't know what to do with it. I wanted to use all this evidence against you, and now I can't because you said nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a different way of dealing with things. But we do have a constitutional right. And I guess what I was trying to say to Mark was, dude, it doesn't matter about the people that are out there involved. Everybody's got a bad past. You can look into their past, but you can't discount the injustice. We have to deal with the injustice, and we have to fight against that no matter what it costs us or our family. If we don't, down the line, somebody else is going to have to, our kids, our grandkids, and it just keeps getting worse. So like Tony said, when is the fucking time? I mean, he's pissed off at the older generation, and I'm part of that older generation too. But he's right. When is the time? What circumstance do we want to pick where we want to stand? We're going to say, this is our constitutional right, and we're not going to be defeated on this. This is the law. The law of the land is the people, not the government.
We're gonna need enforcers of the
like you and me and everybody else.
Just like the judges have their enforcers, we're gonna.
They're
need
judging based on a law that is unjust or unconstitutional most often.
We're gonna need enforcers of the Constitution. The Constitution is the judge, jury, the whole everything.
You won't get that by the Supreme Court. You know that because everything goes up to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court has decided, even though it's totally unconstitutional, like Obamacare, the Supreme Court has decided that we can actually take money from you.
Well,
We can actually steal from you
when
to
go
do our
lone.
own thing, even though you're not a part of it.
That's when you go lone wolf, baby. That's when you go lone wolf and you just start smoking motherfuckers.
Okay.
No, but seriously though, I mean, people are asking, well, why are you sticking up for these guys and not, your average crackhead who got locked up on drug charges, even though drug charges are bullshit too, right? Well, because everybody on this panel can go read the fucking Constitution and what it says about how much land the federal government can own. It's a really easy law to express to the average person of the United States. And especially those out west, right, who deal with a lot of these federal lands. I see it as a perfect opportunity for a movement to get everybody's support behind it, because everybody can understand exactly what the situation is. Everybody can go break out their Constitution for the first time in 20 years, read that, and say, hey, you know what, I think these guys might be right.
You can't take it out of context, and that's what the confusion comes in, when everybody can take some simple statement out of context and flip it all over the place. But the Constitution is clear. On this issue, it's very clear. And that's why I think they did it right, because it's very clear. That is public land. It can't be owned by the federal government.
Absolutely.
So whatever argument they have saying this is government land and these people come in and took over government property, fuck your government.
Dude, these guys are
That's the
fucking
people's
ranchers.
property. That's the people's land.
These guys are ranchers. All they want to do is fucking give food for their fucking cattle.
And they're being told...
How is that against the law?
We all know the history, the facts about how that county went from number 1 to number 2, number nothing. Yeah. I mean, the prosperity down to the poverty now that they experience based on the Bureau of Land Management. And what I was saying earlier, the farmers can manage that land perfectly fine on their own. It's the government that came in and fucked it up.
Get rid of them.
Thank you. So isn't that what they're trying to do, Mario? Isn't that what they're trying to do?
They're doing it a little bit fucked up.
But shouldn't we be all out there trying to get rid of them? If they're fucking it up, if they're not doing it right and we did it better, I mean, just in simple terms, if the farmers did it better and the Bureau of Land Management...
Well, they got no backup. They got no...
Let me throw one in here.
How is a farmer going up against the fucking federal government? The farmer is going to get railroaded every single fucking time.
You brought up a good one, bro, Lance. I'm going to throw it, or Mario. If they're fucking it up and everything, then what can we do better to help straighten this shit up? Because that's where we need to be at. We need to be on the same page to get, and, to help. And by the way, 420, I'm glad you jumped in here because you're known. I have a great deal of respect for it. You got a lot of knowledge, and I love listening to you, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Dude, the West, the West there's a lot more land out west than there is in New England, the East Coast. Dude, we have farms here. The farmers can do whatever the fuck they want. Nobody fucking interrupts them in their fucking business. So if nobody's interrupting, there is no BLM in fucking New England. There's no BLM in fucking Rhode Island, a fucking tiny ass fucking little piece of shit state.
So basically you're saying it shouldn't be over there either, right?
Absolutely not. Fuck the BLM. Dude, defund them. Get rid of them. Who the fuck cares about the fucking...
Yeah, way too many fucking alphabet gangs out here right now. My opinion.
And I think that's what they're fighting for out there right now, and we should all support that. Fuck you, you're not doing a better job for our resources, for our people. You're fucking up things, because if you just look at the statistics, you ruined it all. We were prosperous, we were amazing, until you came in and fucked it all up. So like what you're saying, you agree with that. They came in and fucked it up. So why cannot a group of people, no matter how they deal with it, come in and say, get the fuck out, you fucked it up? I mean, just in simple terms. You fucked it up, get the fuck out.
And you are right. They was doing very fucking well. They was one of the best country or counties or whatever that was fucking booming. They was doing great. until all this shit changed and whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah.
Dude, I like cattle. I like to eat my steaks. And if there's a bunch of ranchers out there in the West that want to fucking grow cattle, fuck yeah, grow as much fucking cattle as you want, dude. As a matter of fact, give them more. Because, you know what? I eat steak. I eat a lot of steak. Fucking, I know Texas eats fucking a lot of steak. I know.
Remember this: the more of them that they put out, food prices stuff is going to get harder and harder.
That's what I was fixing to say. The reality of that, Mario, when they cut them down, I mean, you can't raise cattle on a 1 by 1 acre square piece of property. You can only get so much meat out of that. And they have grazed these lands. They paid their permits. When the government came in and said, this is our land, now you have to pay us a fee. It's almost like the fishing fees and the licenses you have to buy. Why do I have to buy a license when you didn't create this shit? God created this shit. And Mario, you know this better than anybody. You're a Bible man. You know that this was created by God, not by man. So why is man coming in trying to own everything and putting licenses and fees on everything and cutting people out? These farmers over here, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, their land is being reduced and reduced and reduced with fences, putting them into these very small little packages somewhere and saying, now produce the cattle for the world. Yeah. If I have to pay $17 for a fucking ribeye steak that is bullshit, processed, put together with some kind of meat glue, I have a problem with that. If we want real meat, we need to let these farmers have that fucking land. Yeah. I mean, it's out there. The sun shines on its own. It doesn't take NASA to make the sun shine. The moon comes up on its own if it's real or whatever. We can talk about that another time. But all that shit happens on its own. The rain can come on its own. I know that the government said owning the weather by 2025 and we can control all this shit. You're fucking it up. And that's what we have to deal with. And I think that's what the Ammons are out there dealing with. You guys are messing this up, trying to control everything. You got your hands in everything. The farmers did it just fine without your help. And now you come here and you rape them of $400,000 for burning 129 acres. Are you telling me that's justice?
Let me ask this question.
Wait a minute, let me finish it. And also what the BLM done on this right here, they made damn sure if any fucking thing happens to the Hammond Farm, it goes to the BLM. Now how in the fuck is that just?
Yeah, no, it's not. That's like signing
How did the BLM get created?
The government made the Hammonds put the BLM in their will. If you want to think about it logically, the Hammonds had to put the BLM in their will. When you die, this land goes to me. Is that justice?
Or if it's sold, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if it's sold, they're the next inheritance of it, not your grandkids.
I don't have the right to buy it. You don't have the right.
No, it goes over to the government, which the government can't own the fucking land.
Exactly right. It only goes back.
Let me get this right.
I came back.
How did the BLM? How was the BLM created? Like, what created
Obama?
Like, how did all of a sudden like we need a BLM? How did BLM get like invented?
We allowed it. We allowed it, Mario, and that's why people are standing up against it now, saying it's wrong.
Yeah, but there had to be some kind of act. There had to be some kind of president.
Money. It was money exchanged. It was a lot of people that benefited.
Who was a president?
It also goes back to another thing. All these damn land grazing fees and stuff. It's all about the fucking money. These people had fucking grazing fees and stuff back in the 17th century or 1700s. Ain't bad mistaken. How can they come in and change this shit around, man?
Now, I came back in to apologize for my attitude and my outburst. Justin, that was not right of me to actually say that to you.
I was hoping to have a conversation or whatever. That's cool that you came back in, though. Appreciate it.
No, it's not a conversation. You already know better. Otherwise, you would have contacted me to apologize for how you twisted things around the other day in that little chat. I came back to apologize for my outburst.
Right on.
Go fuck yourself. I'm not going to be blamed.
Hey, you're
I'm
not the first. You're
blamed.
not going to be the last, brother.
I'm not going to be blamed for what other people do or what judges do. The reality is that if you guys are going to act like a bunch of children in your minds, because that's how you get treated in court. That's how they treat you in court.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I was treated like
I
a
agree with
fool.
that. That is how they treat you. You have to bow down. Absolutely.
No, you don't have to bow down.
Well, no, but that's how they treat you. That's what you said.
Yeah,
My
you know,
point is that
I
you
understand what you're saying.
Let MMP
British
talk. Let MMP talk.
I understand what you're saying. No, you don't have to. But hey, the way they done me, you shut the fuck up. Your ass is going to jail. Contempt. You know, what do you do?
So where are you going with this, MMP?
All right, MMP.
I came back in here to apologize for my outburst. I don't try to go out of my way to ostracize people, but when somebody's challenging or blaming you or accusing you of something that isn't right, and you know humanly it's not right.
Absolutely.
I'm sure the Hammonds know that what happened to them ain't right, but they were used for a situation that has now gotten out of hand. And quite frankly, if people need to continually repeat themselves to you, then you are a child up here.
True.
And by the way, maritime law, it's in the Constitution.
Absolutely.
Admiralty law, yeah, it's in the Constitution.
Okay. We'll talk about
Whether
that
or not
another
it has
time.
jurisdiction over you is how you argue your case. That's all I came back in to say was, dude, think. People, think.
I try every day, bro. Right? You know,
I'm nobody's enemy. I'm not trying to be an enemy, but you know what?
Well, I mean, hey, all this gets us all emotional, right? There's no doubt about it. You know, there's no doubt about it.
Just stop it.
420.
Yo, MMP, you didn't happen to be watching the External while you were gone, were you?
No, actually, I went inside because my wife called me inside.
All right, right on. Well, I mean, there's a couple points I'd like to make as to what you said earlier, and now, you know, I think the main thing I wanted to address was that you said something along the lines of that, you know, judges are the ones that are supposed to be interpreting the Constitution, and you know, people can't just something along those lines. Fuck.
Interpret law. That's what they do.
Yeah, they interpret law, right?
It goes under their canon responsibilities, but go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my point was that the Constitution is written so simply that almost anybody can interpret it as long as they can have a reading comprehension above the 9th grade level, right? And that's what the founders intended, right? They wrote it in fairly plain English so people could understand it.
They wrote
and I think why people want to get behind this BLM land grab, as people are calling it. You think that it might not be the best thing to back, but I think it's really simple, and a lot of people can understand that section of the Constitution that says the federal government can't own these lands.
Right.
It's something that the average person can go out there, read for themselves, even if they haven't picked up a Constitution in 20 years. They can read that and fairly well interpret it for themselves. And I think that's why this is a great thing to get behind, get the word out. I'm glad they're getting national media and everything. You know, they're going out there every day having a press conference and getting this issue out. I mean, and I think it's something that the average person can understand, and that's why I like it so much.
Land is held in trust by our federal government, by our states. Now that's something different, okay?
Wait. You just brought up the word trust, because now you're going to open a whole nother book of worms. Land is held in trust.
They could find a fucking
what that
million gallon. I'm sorry to interrupt, but they can find 1 million gallons of oil underneath my tiny little spot of land. The BLM can roll up in here and fucking be like, "You out, dog," and fucking boom, start drilling.
Well, off the topic of where I was going, but I do remember a chick that I met in India probably 15 years ago, and she was talking about a trust. They called it a dowry, My family has this dowry for me. We saved up this gold and these silvers and these precious jewels, and we got this dowry. So I want to know what you mean by a trust. A land is held in trust. By who? The government?
By your state, local.
Thank you. Now you corrected it. Thank you.
Hey, man,
Isn't
when
the
I
people-
let people go, and when I start talking and I get interrupted, hey, that's how things get misinterpreted.
I just want to understand.
I didn't mean to.
Is everybody on the same page that the land, for one, was not created by any human being? We are all just a part of it, and we are entrusted to take care of that land and do with it the best that we can to make it better. And if you can deny that the farmers do a better job than the BLM does, then I think you're twisted in your thinking. I know the farmers that have been out there for thousands of years, even the Indians, if you want to go back in real history, did a hell of a lot better job than any government organization. I don't need a bureau of land management. The people that live out there manage the land very well. And it's these bureaucracies, these governments that come in that fuck it up. And I think that's what the Ammons are out there fighting. And I think that's what even the whole Burns issue is about. We need to give this back to the people that know what they're doing, because the government doesn't have a fucking clue, and they're fucking everything up.
Hey, let me.
Is that not a fight worth fighting for?
Absolutely, it is. But to actually make it clear, for everybody's, I don't know, interpretation, whatever you want to call it, who is the federal government? And that's rhetorical.
Well, you could say it's the people, but it's not. It's not anymore.
It's a corporation, is it?
Yeah,
not?
exactly. It's who bought you. It's who paid for you.
Hold on. You know, you have several representatives from each state.
I will disagree right there.
We're supposed to have.
We're supposed to have. Exactly. I would love to call my representative, somebody that represents me, because I can't go to Congress. I can't sit in the White House. I can't talk with Obama. That's what a representative is for. I can bring him my grievance, and I can say, please take this to the people that you can sit in Congress with, or you can sit in front of the president and tell him my problems. I don't have a representative. They will not answer the fucking phone. They will send you a fucking email and say, we received your email, but they will never read your fucking email. Where is your representative? Somebody that represents you and your feelings.
Well, bottom line, guys, well, I'm sure we all agree on it. One thing.
Okay.
Things are really fucked up, and we just need to try to come together and figure out how and the best way we can solve this and make it better.
Okay, so the federal government is made up from your representatives from each of your state that go to Washington, D.C. What they decide there comes back to your state. So technically, am I helping you think here, or am I just?
I'm going along with it. I'm still trying to understand where you're
I mean, yeah, that's what I learned on Schoolhouse Rock. Continue.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm all yours here.
What we all know, okay, is something completely different from what is supposed to be. I'm not arguing that. Every time you do that, what you're going to do is you're just going to create another problem in your head. Now, the reality is you do have what they call representatives from your state that go to Washington, D.C. There they write their legislation, and then they come back to your state, and then they go ahead and trickle it all down to your fucking counties, to your mayors, to your fucking sheriffs. Some call them police chiefs, whatever the fuck you want to call those corporations. And then they enforce said legislation. Okay?
Right.
We don't know these
in a dream world.
Whether or not we feel as whether or not it's legitimate or not doesn't repeal the fact that they actually do fucking hem people up, put you in the fucking cage, whatever the fuck it is you want to call it, to enforce these said things. Okay?
Okay, but what happens?
Hold on, I didn't interrupt you. I waited.
I'm sorry. Go
Shame on you, okay? Now, when that happens, you actually interrupt people and it loses their train of thought. If you're trying to make me look stupid, Shame on you. All I'm trying to do is go look. All I can tell you is my experience on what I understand. We all know things aren't legitimate anymore. We all know it. Any law for a gun law is not legitimate according to the Constitution. We already know that. But yet people say, hey, go out and get your fucking permit and, get your CCW. Why?
Yeah.
You see, you get what I'm coming to here? It's
Yeah.
not legitimate. We all know it. But supposedly you have representatives from the state that go to fucking Washington, D.C. That's who the federal government is. It's every state combined. That's what the federal government is. Now, if they're not legitimate in a state, then that actually really means that you have no states' rights.
Thank you. Now you're talking truth. Isn't that the way the Constitution is formed?
But that's why I keep
government of the people, by the people, for the people.
Correct. That's why I keep saying you need to be out in front of your fucking city council.
That doesn't work anymore. So what do you do
wait
when
a
you
minute.
email your city council, when you email your government, when you produce your grievances, and the own sheriff of your town, Sheriff Ward, is such a pussy, he can't even answer those grievances. What do you do at that point?
I didn't say email. I said be at his house.
Well, he was shaking Ammon's hand, face to face. The feds are talking about moving in with a Waco-style fucking slaughter, and he's shaking the sheriff's hand. I think we have an issue here.
Yeah, we do. We do. Absolutely. I'm in 100% agreement with you here. But what I'm trying to tell you is that these fantasies in our heads that we know versus reality, dude, you don't see all these protests in front of these people's houses. You see people out on the street protesting with their signs.
I think that's creepy, actually. I'm going to answer that because I think that's creepy. I hate when my wife sits at the bottom of the stairs. I have a 2-story house. She'll sit at the bottom of the stairs, listen to me in chats, and only take out half of what she hears. I'm the one that yells because I got a loud fucking mouth. So she hears what I say, and then she comes up and she holds that against me in a court of law. But that's creepy to listen in on people's conversations. And I don't need to go to that guy's house. Let him have his house. Let him have his fucking
recorded it.
Own fucking house. Leave him alone. You want to deal with him? Then deal with it in actual what you're saying. If we want a legal system where we deal with things logically, go to him when he goes to work. Go to his courthouse, stand outside the fucking courthouse, stand outside the government, as Pink Safarat says. Stand outside the government. Go to the government building. Maybe the Hammond should have done that, or the Ammon should have done that. Ammons. I mean, there's a lot of fucking weird shit going on here, too. But we got to look at things logically, guys. Come on, we can't get all mad about how they did it. There's problems. No. That's what I'm saying. There's fucking problems. And somebody has to deal with those problems. And everybody gets butthurt when you say, this hurt me. Well, why did it hurt you? Oh, my God. Well, maybe did this, the other. This bullshit baby ass, I can't handle it anymore. Fuck that. We got to deal with these fucking problems or we're going to pass them on.
I want to add this, guys. I want you to know one thing. I am not here to offend nobody, make anybody mad. Actually, I want to be the best friends of every one of y'all. Like I say, the only thing I'm saying is let's just try to figure out some way. What can we do to make it better? That's me. That would be difficult. I know
ranchers do whatever they want, and I'm sorry to railroad you, but let the ranchers do whatever the fuck they want, man. Let the ranchers.
Does that not affect you, Mario? I'm just curious because if they do whatever they want there, then what a lot of people say is they'll do whatever they want in Rhode Island, and Mario's then gonna stand up and protest. So we have to. What even Peanut was saying, we have to think of these things logically for the good of all the people. Not the one straw man that's burning the fire because we have democracy and everybody in the land of Oz voted against this one person but this one person still has rights. I mean, the logic of it is, if you're a Christian, if you believe in a God, you believe in a higher power, then you believe that there are things that are right, and you don't treat people like this. What's happening to the Hammonds, everyone, I have not met one person that can't agree that's wrong. You don't send a 78-year-old guy to prison for burning 129 acres. I don't care who got what sentence, whatever the fuck. This is wrong. And you don't call these people terrorists either. So if we're not going to stand up to the reality of what this government is doing to people and calling people, you can't even fucking fly, give me a fucking break. When are you going to stand up for something?
If it's not this, when and where? That's one question I like to ask. Because somewhere or not, we got to come on common ground, guys. We got to kind of unite. And I know we're never going to agree with each other on everything, but that don't mean that because I'm wrong on one little thing, you're wrong on one little thing, doesn't mean that we can't come together and
Don't
try
we
to make
still
this
have
better.
the do unto others statement? Nobody wants what was done to the Hammonds. Nobody wants to be charged $400,000 for burning 129 acres. Nobody wants that. So does the do unto others not apply to you? Because I don't have $400,000. If it would take me my lifetime. A lady was charged for growing a garden in her front yard in Tulsa, not 50 miles from me in Tulsa, growing a garden in her front yard. She was charged $100,000. What? I mean, can we not put some kind of logic to this shit? This is not the do unto others thing. This is not how we're taking care of others.
This isn't about us. It's about them, whom we have no contact. They protect themselves. Are you going to get through their security teams?
That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm not willing to fight a fight against tanks. I don't have tanks. They already told me I can't have tanks.
I didn't say anything about tanks, man.
But you're talking about their superiority, right?
No. If you make me repeat myself, dude, I can't.
Will. I will absolutely make you repeat yourself.
I said their security teams.
And their security system comes up with a lot of stuff, though, don't it, bro?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted you.
I said their security is, kind of way out there. These people have got some, some far out there shit, they
don't, you know what, Bro Lance, you brought it up. They don't respond to your emails. They don't let you near them at town hall meetings. They have you drawn out by security if you ask them real questions about real things.
Absolutely. Just
How
like
much more
Pete done.
obvious does it need to be being out in the fucking street? They're mocking you.
Yeah.
We can do all this talking. You know what? For us, even being in here right now, to me, is actually a little weird.
Yeah, it's providing them the intelligence they need.
It's a little fucking weird, dude. It's not reality to me. It hasn't been for a long. This is why I don't like doing these live chats. It's not reality. People live in La La Land, but they think that
why is it not?
I could take it off live.
Now keep it on live.
I mean, no, seriously, why
we got some people out there. Let me give a shout out real quick, since nobody does. Gear Gryden 19. What's up? Surrounded by Keeve. What's up? Mojo, you're in here too, but you were a little while ago. So J Watt, you're still out there. Saints and Sappers, right on. Potato Guns. So that's my shout out. I love you guys. I appreciate the people that come out. And a lot of people say, let's do this thing private. But there's a lot of people out there that don't want to put their public business out there either. And that's kind of what you're saying too, isn't it? Bikes and back, Dembski.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
It's intelligence. It's letting them know how you feel about things. But in a way, I've even come to the point that, fuck, they already know that anyway. If they don't, they're stupid.
No, what I'm trying to tell you is what we say to each other is irrelevant.
Oh, okay. Is it really?
I've been saying this all along, but it just...
But is it irrelevant?
You make me repeat myself over and over, Bro Anthony.
Can we not become better people by these understandings of truth? When you say irrelevant, that means it's not worth anything.
Okay,
It's
so
what the judge said.
if all these chats 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, is that going to change tomorrow? Is somebody
Maybe.
going to go to jail for an injustice? Is somebody not going to go to jail over speeding when, in fact, they didn't cause an accident by doing so? They didn't
will
harm
happen.
anybody?
Absolutely.
Is that going to change tomorrow? It's a yes or a no.
Well, the yes or the no is the fact of how you deal with it next. My wife
That
asked
doesn't
me
answer
this
my
last
question,
time.
dude.
She
I asked
said,
you,
you
is that
just
going
want
to
to
change the
ignore?
law? The answer is no.
No, the answer is
Why do you
yes.
think I repeat myself, dude? That's not reality.
No. You talk about things because you want to find a better solution. You can't fix the past. You can never go backwards and say, if I had done this. But we all do that. We say, if I had only.
You kind of put words into his mouth.
I got it, dude. I get it. I get it.
We take these examples of life, we talk about them, and we move forward and we adjust our next move. How we're going to deal with it next time. This time it didn't work out that way, so I want to do it a little different. So yes, these talks are absolutely vital to our strategic move in this world that we're living in. You don't think the government cares anything about this internet? This internet doesn't mean anything to them. They're absolutely collecting all this information, just like Jade Helm, 100% trying to develop these systems.
They're doing a horrible job.
Well, true that, but they're listening.
If I may, the governments have spent trillions of dollars to look inept for you to keep going along with it. You know you're implicated in a crime every time you use their fiat currency. It's called counterfeiting.
True.
You know that, right?
True.
All right, well, I'm no longer going to repeat myself on these things. I'm just a mechanic. That's it. I just like to listen to people and learn and, get a feel of what's going on out there. And you know what? Us talking about it doesn't change these things. Us going out in the street, actually, you know what? Nobody talks about the 80,000 a year raids that are going on. Plus, and you know what? We got mocked by that motherfucker on his little fake town hall fucking bullshit, and we got mocked and made fun of with, how are you going to collect up all these fucking guns? Ha ha ha! But they didn't say, oh yeah, by the way, we're actually raiding people under the guise of labels because we keep labeling these motherfuckers. And if you have a plant in your garage, they're not really. It's not about the plant. It's about your fucking guns. If you got guns in your home. You got a warrant for a fucking traffic violation. You know what comes with that warrant? A raid.
Oh yeah.
I love you, Mark.
Listen, you know what the problem is? Like I said, people are being treated like children because they keep acting like children, and they keep getting it repeated to them over and over and over. But hey, you know what?
You're cute. That's what I really want to say most of the times. You're really cute, Mark. I like you. You're a very you're a I could hang out with you at a party. I could drink with you. That's about the best I could say. I could hang out with you. I could drink with you. But I would definitely not agree with anything that you're saying right now, because this conversation, these things we have, the internet. I'll go with Smurf on this one.
It impacts.
They didn't expect this to happen. They didn't expect this truth to come out. And so while other people like us are sitting here talking about all the real issues, talking about constitutional issues, deciding how we're going to fight against things, they didn't expect this to happen. So now they're trying to replay a new war game. And if you look at the Bundys, if you look how that shit back down, and if you look what's fixing to happen now, it's nothing like Waco or Ruby Ridge. But what caused that difference? The internet, where people didn't have to listen to the mainstream media that said, this is how it's going. This is how you need to think. This is what you need to feel. This alternative media, and I like the Pete Santitty thing. I really like that. I'm going to go with that. Pete Santitty, and I'll suck on his tit every day because he's the one out there putting out the broadcasts. Are you out there putting out the broadcasts? I don't think so.
Dude, we are the last ones that they think about, man. They're looking for fucking terroristas. We're
No,
not
they're
even
not.
close. We're not even
They're
close
not. They're
to
not.
terroristas.
If you read how Christians are terrorists now, they're not out there looking for terroristas. They're bombing every other country in this whole United States. They're out there looking for
Wait,
you,
wait.
the American
They're
patriot.
bombing people in the United States. Is that what you just said?
No, I said they're out there looking for other people. They're bombing all the other states, just trying to submit them into their democracy,
I
their
haven't
will.
gotten bombed yet. So what part of the United States are they bombing?
All right. Well, I'm gonna get out of here.
Later,
It's
Dembski.
cool. It's cool for you to disagree with what I'm saying to you, but to tell me that this is something new, no. Like I said, read The Art of War. It's the same fucking thing over and over, presented with a little bit of different window dressing each and every time. It's the same fucking narratives over and over. Common sense bullshit, which really doesn't exist. Common would be everybody listening to all of these that change laws. And it's not going to change a law regardless of how we feel about this or that. It's just going to be over and over and over until you're at his house and removing them from their oath of office. If they cannot articulate, if they can't explain, if they need to put it in the
Fucking
language,
have that so twisted. Are you a liberal?
not put in the language, it's not common for everybody to understand, and it gets interpreted. You know, that's where all of this confusion comes into play, you see? And people buy into it. And that's fine.
There's a lot of people that buy into it.
I'm just one asshole out of fucking 340 million. That's it. Ain't about
No,
me. Ain't about you personally.
18, I think now. It
What's
goes
that?
up and down. 318 million.
Well, whatever.
Hey, Mark.
It goes up and down all over
I
the
just
place.
came back in here to apologize for telling Justin to go fuck himself.
Hey, Mark. Anytime you're having discussion on anything, you know, I'm always willing to listen to anything you got to say. I want you to know that because, like I say, I respect you. I respect everybody
I
on
do
the
too.
panel.
Absolutely.
I just want to hear where you're at and everybody else, and see if somewhere along the line I can add a little bit to it where we can come to, you know, a little bit better common ground with each other, and just, you know, just try to make things better. You know, that's where I'm at. I know you. I sound like a fucking recorder. I know that, but you know, my heart. I believe in people, man. I believe things can be better. You know, that's where I stand at. But like I say, anytime that you're having a conversation, if you want to send me a link, I would be more than glad to join in because I do want to hear what you got to say. I most definitely want to hear what 420 got to say. Brolance.
I talk too much.
Everybody. You know,
I try to shut up more. I try hard, guys. Really, I try hard.
And I'm sure as you guys that just listen to me, you can see where I'm kind of going with it on this. I want to always kind of escalate the things because I want to try to bring us together. And whatever it takes, if I can do it, I will try my best. Okay, you know, and I hope everybody respects that.
Hey man, I appreciate that, and thank you so much. Like I said, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't have any fucking problem with that whatsoever.
Hey, man, hell, we're all wrong somewhere along the line. Sometimes we're right, a lot of times we're wrong. Like I say, at the end of the day, let's just try to figure out what can we do to bring ourselves into a little bit tighter group, you know, and help this America that I love with all my heart.
Listen, I'm no anarchist. I believe in my Constitution. If you say you're an anarchist, then don't quote me the Constitution. If you
Jesus Christ, that's a bullshit argument if I've ever fucking heard it. Come on now.
What's that?
You know, I
didn't hear you, man. I'm sorry.
Actually sound like Gooberman.
I said that's the most bullshit argument I've heard out of you all night. If you're an anarchist, you can't quote the Constitution?
No, I said if you're.
Why not?
What is anarchy? Is that somebody that doesn't believe in any government?
Yeah, you could interpret that loosely. Yeah.
It's a yes or a no. It's not whether or not I can interpret it or not.
Well, several different interpretations. I mean.
Well, okay. All I'm saying is, look, if you're an anarchist out there, and I was interrupted, or if you believe that there should be government and it should be oppressive, or if you believe that other people should be in charge of your lives, your houses, your land, if you believe in those things, that's all great. But then you cannot go, well, I believe in a constitution, because that is what the government is about.
No, you're talking socialism now. Are you serious? You're not being serious, are you? You're
So
joking,
you had to
right?
cut me off. So you had to cut me off to ostracize what I was saying, so I couldn't make my point. See, you know,
That
this
just
is
everything you just said was socialism.
What is
That's not-
socialism?
Okay.
Honestly, don't fucking call me a socialist. Don't.
Well, then don't say all these things that sound socialist.
What social? I just told you. I believe in a constitutional government.
Okay, so you're not saying that, but I don't want to
Why
interrupt
don't you
your
tell me if
conversation
you're gonna
with
fucking
420
interrupt?
here.
You know, this is ridiculous. This is what I'm talking about. I sit here and I get to be quiet while you get to interrupt everything I
I'm
fucking
sorry.
say.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute now.
No, you're not, dude. That's why you keep doing it. I came here to apologize for telling some dude to go fuck himself because he interpreted that I say judges. No, that's what they're appointed for. It's not me. I didn't make it up. I believe in a constitutional government. Anarchists don't. Socialists don't. If you watch football, guess what? You want to go with a label? Okay, fine. You're a socialist. If you participate in a bunch of other stupid shit with a bunch of other people, that's the definition of socialism. If you're constantly at parties, you're a socialist. I mean, these labels, they're divisive. And you know what? It's called neuro-linguistic programming. Now, I apologize again for my outbursts.
Can I ask a question, Mark?
Please do.
Do you ever see somewhere along the line that we could actually sit down and drink a beer and maybe go out and go squirrel hunting tomorrow and have a good time?
Dude, I'll let you shoot my M1A.
Hey,
Oh,
fucking hey, right, man. Hell yeah.
Ooh, mama.
Hey, and
Let's get the fucking together, man.
since we're not throwing around labels, let's not throw around the label anarchist until you look into it a little more.
Well, you know,
Maybe
that's
I can
how come
actually
I
tell
got a lot of
people what
guys.
it is.
The
'Cause I know what it is.
anarchists that I know are the ones that are fucking throwing fucking chairs through a fucking window, fucking burning shit, fucking flipping police cars over and fucking burning that motherfucker. That's what I see when it comes to anarchists.
That's mainstream media anarchist
Yeah.
definition. That's not
It's
the true
like
definition of an
movie
anarchist.
portrayal and stuff, you know.
I believe in people governing themselves. That's anarchy.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also believe that in a constitutional government where they're limited, and there are only 3 fucking things our federal government was limited to do, and the rest of and they were supposed to leave us alone, and our states had their rights to go ahead and write their constitutions.
Yeah.
And if you choose to live in that country known as your state, then you have the free will to move the fuck out of there if they're not in line with where you want to be or that country that you want to live in, which is a state. It's a body politic. That's why I'm not throwing around labels.
No,
However-
well, I just took exception to you throwing around the label anarchist because, you said it's people that govern themselves, right? And I think anarchist has a shitload in common with a constitutionalist because the way a republic's supposed to be set up is that the people are supposed to govern themselves through their representatives. Now, the problem you have with the republic is trying to control your representatives, right? So, I mean, they're very much in line, at least with their principles. A republic technically is people governing themselves through representation.
Oh,
so
if you think about it, if you're the
close.
president of the United States, of course you want to have people in the Congress or whatever have the same exact views, or at least a majority of them have the same exact views as you have. That way you can pass legislation
based on your views, whoever the puppet is in office.
The problem comes in when you give these people more power than the individual would have on their own. The individual doesn't have the power to tax, and the government somehow does have the power to tax. You know, if government gets its power from the people. Oh, fuck. Sorry, dropped my fucking.
Your mic's not doing well there, brother.
My bad.
Okay, there you go. You sound great, man.
Don't we have to figure out whether it's a top-down system or a bottom-up system? I mean, really, slaves were the bottom of the barrel, and if we are the slaves, which a lot of rhetoric puts that out there, that we're somehow kind of the slave, but we're the one putting these $1 trillion into the debt system that's out there with our leaders. I think the top-down system is backwards. I think we need to be the top. Like, we the people should be the top. We should be making these rules.
Yeah, but there's so many people.
Anybody gets some kind of buyback, anybody gets some kind of kickback from some kind of plan that they put in office, it better be my plan, and I better get that kickback.
Yeah, but there's so many people that have different views. Like, my views can be totally different from somebody else's views. If their views are the president,
democracy. That's democracy. 49% of the people, or 51% of the people can tell 49% of the people what to do. 51% of the people
That's why anarchists would argue for self-governance, because as long if you form a government, automatically half the people aren't going to be represented. You know?
Yeah, but that's
one of the major arguments for anarchy. To give the government, so you have self-government and people can
that is not
decide
right.
for themselves.
Think about it logically. That is not right. That can't work for the majority. It works, but what about the minority?
No,
the minority doesn't matter. Even if it's let's say 318 million people and the UN takes over, and 318 million people here in the United States disagree with what's happening because of democracy, now the 318 million people have to give up all their guns. Is that fair?
That's what they want.
That's mob rule, isn't it?
That's what they want.
Well, I mean, that's just democracy extended to the international level. So, yeah.
And that's why I'm doing my little part of fighting back, baby. That's why I'm doing my little part, man. I'm getting my gunsmithing. I got my little fucking table. I'm gonna fucking start building guns. I'm doing my little part. You know,
Jump in, Nugs. If you don't have a link, I'll send you one. He's smart.
Quasar?
Man. Yeah, Quasar's
that motherfucker needs to.
JR is.
Hold on.
If I need a quote, he's the guy to go to, man.
Hey, Mark.
Quasar?
Mark.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Is that just an avatar you got up there, or is that a picture of your bike or something, man?
That's a picture of one of my bikes, yeah.
Damn good looking fucking bike, bro.
Yeah, 10.5 years, 23 large, yeah.
Yeah, nice ride, dude. Nice ride.
I wrecked it 3 years ago on the 4th of January, man. So I just completely sunk a lot more money into it. So
what is that, if you don't mind me asking?
That's a CBR 1000RR Fireblade.
Okay, Fireblade. I don't want to show my ignorance because I've been out of bikes for a while. The last bike I had was a 47 Knucklehead 1200 Harley.
Oh, man, nice. Yeah. Knucklehead motors are worth a few bucks.
Yeah, trust me. I wish I had that bike still yet. I'd probably be about $35,000 to $40,000 richer right now.
Yeah.
Actually, you'd be dead. You would be dead with the speed that you would have put that on 1200 cc's on the highway. You'd have fucking.
Oh well, no, it was a hardtail with a extremely large ass front end. It wasn't something there you could fucking get down the road with. I mean, it looked good going. It was a cruiser, and that was it. I had the old original mousetrap and everything on it, man. And I'm telling you, this motherfucker was. I had a custom hand painted butterfly on it, candy apple red. I got a few pictures of it, but they don't show it justice. But one sweet ass fucking bike, man.
I saw a guy on Craigslist the other day, and actually for the last 2 months, a motor itself, a knucklehead motor. Dude,
Yeah.
he was asking $4,600 just for the motor sitting there. I mean, I'm like,
Don't
yeah.
doubt that. Don't
Oh,
doubt
yeah,
it. And
man.
he'll get it too.
Oh, I know. But it's been on there for sale for a couple months now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I can say this for myself. If I had the money, I'd buy it.
Yeah, I got a couple Harleys for sale. So if you need one, come see me.
Well,
Dude, Podensky knows how to fucking hook up them bikes.
I'm not financially shaped, but yeah, I would fucking love to have one. Not change the subject again because we've been really deep, but I just kind of lighten things up a little bit. But you say a couple. What do you have? Because I have got a friend that's really looking for a nice bike.
I've got a 100-year anniversary edition 1200 conversion Sportster,
Uh-huh.
and I have a Heritage Softail Classic.
Okay. Now, when you call it a classic now, that's one of the ones that you can get out here and kind of cruise on, right?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
a 1450.
Okay. And the Sportster is basically, I know it's probably a little bit more up. Don't get me wrong. Like I say, I don't want to show my ignorance. It's been a while since I've been out of backs.
This
But,
one's actually a custom, yeah. It's a 883. It's a 1200 conversion. So it's
Okay.
got the,
Okay. I know what you're talking about then. Hey, if you don't mind, can you send me a link of what you got for sale? Because really, I got a friend really looking for a bike, man. I might be able to help you out.
Check me out on Craigslist, Las Vegas. Just type in 2003 Sportster Anniversary Edition. You'll see it. It's black.
Las Vegas?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Dude, the first Harley I ever rode was a Sportster, and it was a pretty legit bike. It was a cruiser.
I bought it to turn it, man. I actually I paid, and it was a basket case. I paid $2,600 for the bike.
Right.
And total, I'm into it now because I rewired the rear fender, put new bullet blinkers on it, rewired the rear tail light, put drag bars on it, risers. I put a speedo relocation. I actually built these brackets to raise the speedo up.
I know you said what model. I thought you did. What model was it again, bro? One more time. And I know you hate repeat yourself. It just I have a hard time listening, but
It's a 100-year anniversary edition Sportster.
Yeah, like I say, I'll try to find that, man. Like I say, may I ask what you're asking for it?
This one I'm asking $14,000.
$5,000, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, not bad. Don't sound like, man.
Well, it's only got 15,000 miles on it.
Is it original miles?
Original miles, yes, sir. Mhm.
Okay, cool. That sounds like a pretty good buy, man.
Podensky, do you have a gun for sale? I'm just curious.
I know what gun I want to buy from Podensky.
Hey man, you'll have to go see my brother.
I want to buy.
Go see my brother,
Well,
man.
here you go on proposition. You on one thing. If something happens, my buddy would be interested, and we drove all the way down there. Would we get a kind of a night out on town and show us a little bit of something there?
What? Say again, over.
I've never been to Las Vegas. If was a person come down to buy the bike, would you kind of give us a tour of the place and show us around a little bit?
Yeah, I'll give you a ride down the strip, man. Why not?
Dude, he's got a fucking killer ass gun. It's fucking.
How is it though
legit.
that I can sell a bike online, but I can't sell a gun online?
I don't have much of anything. The only thing I
You
got
need to be an FFL dealer.
is a little 9mm, man, but it does the job.
Yeah, my brother, he owns his own shop there in Colorado Springs. Well, actually outside of Colorado Springs. He's been in business for about 8 months now. So actually, the wife and I are thinking about moving out there. We have a little bit of money saved up, and we're thinking about throwing in on him with him because he's talked to me within the last couple of days, and with the way things are going, he wants to expand things a little bit. So we kind of have an idea and a little plan going to where we might go ahead and just go into business together. I might fold
Well-
up working on bikes, man. So I don't know. I hate
Well,
it. because-
that's me. I got kind of something going myself. I'm not really happy where I'm at right here. I had a gentleman offer me $60,000 in his place for my place, which I think would be, a pretty good deal. And and if I do that, I'll have $60,000 to play with.
Yeah, I'm like I said, man. I just might go ahead and get my FFL. I mean,
Yes.
it's fucked
Please
that we
do
have
so.
to do these things. We know
Please
they're
do
infringements,
so.
yet they'll stick you in a fucking cage, man. And you know what? Constitution this, Constitution that. It don't fucking matter. It
And I
sucks.
come on,
People say that
to stuff you share.
if enough people bitch,
good
if
looking
enough
bikes.
people put it in the front, if enough people say enough is enough, it will matter. We have to stand for that Constitution. I'm sorry, bro, that you feel that way, and I do too. It's like people piss on it like it doesn't fucking matter anymore. But it
All right.
takes good people
The
to
gun
stand
shop,
for
the
it.
gun shop
It
is ready to go.
says.
I'm gonna
You
go
see that
real.
right there? I'm pointing my finger right there. The gun shop is ready to go.
I'm gonna go real with you. Each and
let's
every
do this.
time, one of your rights, say out of the Bill of Rights, each and every time, I want you to think critically about this, and this is reality. This ain't fantasy. Each and every time when all else fails, your duty for these tyrants, you're supposed to kill. You're supposed to kill them,
Right?
but nobody's gonna do that. I'm not.
Let's do that.
I don't want to kill anybody.
Why
I
don't
just
we
wanna-
take
I
it
just
back
want to try
to
to
the
make
old
some
school,
money
though?
off of this motherfucker.
Why don't we take it back to what the Constitution actually says and do it that way? Is that such a problem? If the Founding Fathers made it so perfect, and we're sitting here saying, how can we work around this? This doesn't seem right. Oh my God, my girly attitude, I wouldn't do this. Well, fuck, man. What do we have then? We have a bunch of world pussies in the world.
I'm networking around my area because the people around my area, they want guns and they want ARs, they want AKs, and they want guns. So if I can turn my basement into a factory into making those guns,
You're getting raided in the next year. You're putting this shit out here saying you're turning your basement
no,
into a
because
factory.
I'm gonna do it totally legit, man. My shit is all
That's
legit,
fine.
bro.
Do it totally shit. Just like Colorado. Make set up a marijuana shop. Do it totally legit.
No. My shit's gonna be totally legit.
This is the issue. There's a federal constitutional issue here. We look at the Constitution and we say this is not right, but we allow this entity over here that can only possess 10 fucking miles and has no right over us because it's we the people. We allow them to come in and
you know
do
what?
shit against the
I even
states,
got a
and
name
we
for
fucking
it.
allow it. We take it in the ass over and over and over and over. Do we not, Mario? You can't set up your business the way you want without this fucking government entity, which is of the people, by the people, taking their cut. They're nothing but mafia thugs.
If I can build a gun for $500 and turn around and sell it for $1,500,
You can't sell it.
why not?
Because they'll fucking want their cut. They're mafia thugs.
Only like 7 a year, I think you can do without being an FFL.
Yes.
I'll give them their cut. I'll give them their cut. They
Hold
can
on,
have
Mario.
their cut.
Let M&P answer real quick. I think he was answering me.
You can do 6 to 7 depending on what your state says, and you know what I'm saying. Depending on what your state says.
Dude, Rhode Island is pretty lenient.
I got a question for Lance. I got a question for you, man.
All right.
And this is a real question. Okay. This is a no bullshit fucking question.
I'll give you a real answer after I take this hit.
By all means, dude. All right. While you're hitting that, I'm going to ask you the question. Do you live in a neighborhood that has neighbors?
Yes.
My second question, have you ever witnessed any neighbor in your neighborhood being raided?
Yes.
Did you or did you not intervene with those SWAT officers to prevent them from raiding your neighbor that you knew?
I did not, because I did not know the circumstance.
What?
Okay. So, but you knew the neighbor.
Not personally, no.
Okay. Now, if
I
you
live
have
across the street from a trailer park, and they get raided over there all the time.
Okay. Now, if you have a neighbor that you actually know, me, I actually live in a cul-de-sac. I live at the very end of the cul-de-sac, okay? I actually know and party with my neighbors. We actually hang out. You know, I don't know if you've ever followed my G+, but I'll post, photos and some videos. We're hanging out by a fire, shit like that, okay? Now, I'm the type of guy, I don't know about you, but I'm the type of guy that will intervene. Will you?
Absolutely.
Have you?
I have. I was standing on my front porch whenever the cops went flying down my road. They just put up a sign that said 20 miles per hour on my road. And it was a school issue because I have a trailer park right across the street, and a lot of school kids are walking out there to get on the bus. So they lowered the speed limit 20 miles an hour on this road, which is a pretty major road. They've repaved it and everything. That's how major it is in this fucking little small town. But anyway, cops went flying down the road one night. It was probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was standing on my front porch smoking a cigarette, and I started yelling at them. I said, "What the fuck?" Like I do with anybody that flies down this road. I mean, I don't care whether they lowered the speed limit or not. It's like, that's way too fast for this area. And they pulled this guy over in this church that was like a half a block from my house. And there was 3 cops that did the same thing. No lights, no sirens, nothing. They went flying down the road. I'm yelling at the top of my lungs, standing on my front porch, "Slow the fuck down. This is ridiculous. You guys shouldn't do this." But I guess they have a
Dude,
right
there's
way,
nothing.
or nobody else does. Anyway, let me finish the story. They pulled the guy over in the church parking lot half a block from my house. And here's what they did. Every one of the fucking cops left this guy that they were fighting so hard to pull over and got him in the church parking lot. They had him stop. They left him because I'm yelling on the porch. They walked across a block to my house saying, "We have a fucking problem here." And when they got all the way up to my house with their flashlights as I'm yelling at them, "You guys were causing more of a problem than this guy ever did. You guys were the ones causing the fucking problem." They walked away. But I said, "No, we don't have a fucking problem here." And that's the way they treat you.
There ain't nothing wrong with having cops as your friends. There ain't nothing
No,
wrong with
I've got a few cops that
Actually,
friends.
there was a couple of cops that bailed me out.
He asked if I ever speak out. I spoke out.
Hey guys,
And I
not
almost
done
went to
anything
jail
short.
for it.
There's nothing- the cops are cool. Cops are cool.
Oh my God, they're so
I'm gonna jump out for a little bit. Pleasure being with you. Thanks for the invite, and hopefully see everybody a little bit later or something. I just got a few things I need to do here, and I'm
Right on.
going to say it. But
Right on.
I want you, like I say, I respect you all. Don't never forget that. I respect you all. Even if I may disagree with you, I still respect you with the highest respect. Take care, guys. Y'all be cool.
You know, we're all supposed to have our own thoughts. We're not supposed to
There
all
you
be
go. There you go.
lockstep. You know, we're not all supposed to be lockstep. That's what makes us fucking individuals, man.
There you go. Guys,
What's
take care.
that
I'll see y'all. Hopefully you might be still
Love
here.
you, Peanut.
Like I say, I just got a
Talk to you
few
later.
things here I need to do, and if I can, I'll jump back in. And hell, like I say, I always love getting in here, you know. And one of the reasons why I want y'all to know, you guys talk a lot of stuff that's over my head, and I'm wanting to understand and learn it. And I appreciate from you guys, and I thank you for it.
Good night, sir.
Later, guys. Y'all be good.
Man, fucking, if you think about humbleness, you will never find a more humble guy than that one.
He's good to go.
We're all fucked up. We all admit that. But a guy that can be that humble, I've never met another one online. That guy is amazing.
I'm reading the fucking YouTube. Fuck.
What do we got out here? My
J-Lo,
word.
get your ass in here. Nugs, Saints, get your asses in here. What the fuck, over?
TPTUL twang twang. What the fuck? Oh, Tippy. TPT. Justin. I know you. What's on your mind, buddy? What's on your mind?
Oh, fuck, I'm thinking about some shit I gotta do out in the yard tomorrow.
Are you still homesteading? You still doing it, off the grid?
Not off grid, but yeah, working on the homestead daily.
That's admirable as hell. I mean, seriously, that's a lot of hard work. Gotta be.
Thanks, man.
For real.
Stay-at-home dad with my daughter now, so I do what I can. Shit, haven't been getting a whole lot done around here, but heck, when she's walking around with a shovel in her hand, they help me plant some of those damn seeds, man. Back at SOAR, I was planting a bunch of grapes today. I got a bunch of cuttings, right? You can take grape cuttings when they're dormant and stick them in the ground, and they'll put out roots in the spring.
A lot of plants will actually regrow like that.
Yeah.
We don't know because we don't try it.
The local farmer up the road from me, he just has a small little vineyard like right out in front of his house, a couple rows of grapevines, and he had just trimmed them all. So I took a whole truckload of those cuttings, and shit, I probably have about 200 in the ground right now.
I've been married, not to interrupt you, Justin, but I've been married for 20 years, and you guys all know this because I keep saying it over and fucking over. But there was one leaf when I first met my wife. I found it in a trash can. An office building had thrown out this fucking leaf, and I found it in the fucking trash can, and I picked it up and I planted it. And I still have this plant today. It's rooted, it's grown, it's gone all kinds of fucking places. But 20 years later, this plant still keeps on growing. And I found it in a trash can.
Hey, Justin, because I don't...
Sorry, what kind of plant is that?
I wish I knew. It's one of those easy ones to grow that you can just stick in water and they grow leaves. Big, fat, round, green leaf. There's no benefit of it.
No, just because I'm a plant guy, you should take a picture of it and post it on Google Plus. Tag me.
Yeah, I probably will. But it's 20 years, and I found it as a leaf that was cut off.
Yeah,
in a trash
that's cool as
can,
hell.
discarded.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of, like sentimental values to that. He's like, we were walking down this road at this time, and I found this leaf, and it's still growing. I want to throw all my plants out in my house, but I will never throw this one out. Things like that.
I got something like that. I got this tree planted out in my front yard. It's a China berry tree. Like, the berries aren't edible or nothing. It's just a decorative tree. It gets some purple flowers in the spring. But that shit, I had a planter box at the first house me and my wife moved into when we were still just first dating, right? And one of those China berries fell in that planter box. And then the next house we moved into, I planted something in there. It was just dirt. I planted something in there, and that tree came up. And now it's planted out in front of our house that we own. So that's pretty cool. Same kind of
Berries
thing.
are pretty nice.
That's the only really sentimental tree I got. Shit.
Hey, are organic seeds harder to find?
Fuck, do you guys read that article today where now they're trying to, there was a new word that was put into it. You're organic terrorist or something. If you have those fuck, starts with an H. If you have the seeds, what are the main seeds that were GMO? I'm sounding stupid now. Damn, I can't even figure it out.
Wait, they're labeling you a terrorist if you have some kind of GMO seed?
No, if you have a non-GMO seed. What are they called? They're called, no, fuck, I can't even.
An heirloom. An heirloom.
Huh? Heirloom seeds. Thank you. It started with an H.
Sorry.
Heirloom seeds.
I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
store heirloom seeds, you are a terrorist. You're an organic terrorist.
Who says
think
that?
that
I
was
haven't
the
heard that
name they
one.
put to it. And it blew my mind. I was like, what? I mean, nature. Now nature, you become a terrorist.
That's nuts. I haven't heard that one yet.
I just read it today on naturalnews, I think, .com, naturalnews.com.
Yeah, sometimes they can get a little sensational over there. But M&P, I really don't have a problem finding organic or heirloom seeds.
They're
I mean,
real, right? Are they more expensive?
Oh, yeah, they're more expensive.
Yeah.
They are, but they shouldn't be.
No, not really. Well, all right, so to get certified organic, it does cost more. I mean, they're not using certain things on these plants that they're growing the seed from. And it costs money to get certified organic and all that shit. And you have to keep more records and everything and basically suck off the FDA or whoever is in charge of certifying it organic.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But like as far as those are like the certified organic seeds, that's what you'd see in like Home Depot or something. Like Martha Stewart has a certified organic heirloom seed line. So like your heirloom seeds you get off Baker Creek or something, some online site like that, they're not going to be certified organic, but they're going to be heirloom anyway. So
why wouldn't
those
it go
are kind
to
of
our
the two.
local farmers? This is what bugs me most about even the chemtrail issue. If you look at local farmers and they don't look up at the sky, I mean, I don't even want to buy a book from Walmart that is called the Farmer's Almanac anymore because I don't even know who these people are. Aren't these people real people? I live in a farming community. So surely they look at the sky. They look at what's affected by their crops. They understand these things. So even the heirloom seed issue, do I need to be so technical about it? Do I need to buy a license, or can I not just go to a farmer and say, did you buy these from Monsanto? Justin?
I mean, are you asking, can you go to a farmer and ask him that? Or, I mean, like, you probably don't know who grows your produce that you buy, right? Like, if you're going to a farmer's market, I'm sure you could just ask the person. You could probably tell yourself by looking at it, like.
But would they know? Would they
that?
know if the seeds they planted in the ground were GMO or
The
if they were?
farmers? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they know for sure.
Do they?
Yeah. No, I mean, they're locked into these contracts. They have to buy their seed year after year from them.
Well, that's true with Monsanto.
And if they were to plant a different seed, you still have a volunteer crop that's going to come up anyway because the last year's harvest, there's no way you're going to be able to kill all that away. So it's going to cross-pollinate, and then they're going to sue you for patent infringement.
Some people confuse GMO with pesticides, and I'm going, well, no, GMO is actually something that's made. It's not an actual seed. It's, and they go, oh no, GMOs is pesticides on. I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, the GMOs now, some of them basically make the plants themselves toxic. So they have a built-in resistance to pests. And now where the problem comes in is there's plants that are naturally resistant to pests, like hemp, right? You've probably heard that. You don't have to use pesticides on hemp. But they're not splicing in hemp genes to corn. They're splicing in like fish genes and fucking mosquito genes and all kinds of crazy shit. They're not just saying, oh, we need to take some of this hemp because it's resistant to pests and mix it with corn. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that GMO, right? I mean, you could probably do that naturally over a period of 20 years if you want to get that across the plant.
I wouldn't have a problem with that either.
Yeah,
then you're actually trying to create something better.
Yeah, and there's cases now where you have companies that are trying to develop this certain kind of rice, right? This is a big story not too long ago, right? This company is trying to develop a rice for a certain region, I think in India, that floods out for 2 weeks at a time, and their rice crop can only be underwater for like a week. So they went and they genetically modified a rice that would taste good with a wild rice that could live underwater for 2 weeks, splice the two together, and now they have this GMO crop. No problem with that. But now people are so against GMOs that they won't even take that simple splicing. Now that company took another 7 years to hybridize those same two plants to come up with the same seed that's not GMO. Like I don't see the people that stick like hardline GMO never, I don't get that.
Well,
because
yeah, there's a benefit to some aspects of modifying a species. I mean,
a lot of it is.
I won't even be totally against vaccine.
What? Yeah, a lot of it is stuff that can be.
That have mercury, and even Mario can admit to this. The shit he's going on with his child, he hasn't fully understood what's going on with his child and the vaccines. And one day people will, and there'll be this kind of retraction from the government in a back issue somewhere. Well, we did this to you. Did you guys read that article about how they put the plutonium, MIT put the plutonium in oatmeal, and they came to this school and they said, we're gonna give this science project to you guys. MIT did this, and surely you guys have read this. And they were putting plutonium in their cereal every morning, and they were taking like samples, blood samples and spinal samples and shit from them to see how the children reacted to being radiated. And that was their science project, but they pushed it off to the parents and shit like this is a good thing. This is done back in the 50s and shit. But if you don't think this shit's still going on today,
oatmeal, from my understanding, oatmeal is high in protein, high in pretty much everything, and oatmeal is one of like the best foods that you could ever eat.
Sure.
Well,
eat it all down. That's what they told them in the morning. Eat every drop of this, and you will be able to participate in a science project. And these people at this school, these retarded people is what they called them, they were like, fine, we have this new project we can participate in, and we're the elite class now because we get to participate in this MIT project. But it was a government-run project that just poisoned these people.
So oatmeal is making my kid retarded?
No, not that at all. They did this at this university or this what do they call it?
Case study?
Retarded facility. I can't find a better word for it. When they used to lock you up all the time because they said you were mentally retarded. And now we need to put you in this facility, and we inject you with chemicals.
My son is retarded, and they don't lock him up.
Stuff like that.
My son has a developmental, whatever the fuck they call that shit. He's retarded. Right. My son is retarded.
No, he's not. No, he's not. And I think you can bring him out of that. If you get him off the vaccines, you get him off the schools. If you guys homeschool him, come on, Mario.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's my son is a underdevelopment. Like he's a fucking retard, man.
I get your attitude towards that, but
the political correctness bullshit.
That's
my son is not very smart.
That's the cycle that we get in. We think that everybody's hopeless at some point. They've reached this point. We can't help them. There is some other way, and we need to reach for that, man. We need to find that.
There is another way. The way is you have to be, like, I know me as a parent, you have to be patient with him. You have to be patient. You have to, like, but here's the like, all right, my son has all these negatives, but me, I focus on the my son, he doesn't know how to sin. Like my son doesn't even talk. He's 6 years old.
No, he's doing a lot better now.
He doesn't even talk.
He's producing words now. He's doing a lot better.
He doesn't know how to sin. He doesn't know how to. he doesn't know how to be a bad person. He doesn't like my son. All right, he's a retard, but he's a saint. My son is a saint.
He's pure. He's not fucked with yet. He's not programmed yet. Is that what you're saying? He's pure? That's the way I
He's not even close, dude. He's like
6, 7. How old is he?
He's 6 years old. He doesn't know how to speak. He's like ooga 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 aga 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 aga.
Yeah, but he's speaking better now.
Oh yeah, of course he is. But
he's a lot better.
He has a good spirit because he doesn't like. To me, when I see my son, I look at him and I'm like, wow. He doesn't know how to do anything wrong. Like he doesn't know how to do anything. He doesn't know how to do anything wrong because he doesn't know what's wrong and he doesn't know what's right. So he doesn't do wrong. He just does everything right to the point where it's kind of like, all right, come on, buddy. I'd be like, Lenny, what do you want to eat? He doesn't know. Like, whatever I give him, he eats it. You know, I'll be like, Lenny, you want to eat pizza today?
You know that.
He's like, all right, you're eating pizza. Right? Lenny, you want to have some steak? All right, steak. How many parents do I know would be like, Alessia, do you want to eat some chicken? I don't want to fucking eat chicken today. Fuck you, I don't want to eat chicken. My son would be like, Lenny, you want to eat chicken? He eats the chicken. Lenny, you want to eat steak today? He eats the steak. You want to eat pork? He eats the pork. He's a pretty. The only thing is he poops and pisses in a diaper. He still poops and pisses in a diaper.
Mario, I have a mother-in-law or grandmother-in-law, I guess. That's my wife's.
I don't
my wife's grandmother.
Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, buddy.
Ademski, man, have a good night, bro.
Thanks for the invite, Mario. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, no problem, bro.
Good night.
My wife's dad, his brother, when he was maybe 3 years old or something like that, he got this big bad fever. And she couldn't get the fever down, so he got this brain damage. And she has to take care of him for the rest of her life. And she's like up in her 80s now. And she's still taking care of him. I mean, my wife's dad, he's an engineer. I mean, he's making $200,000 a year now. Probably has fucking way more than any of us could ever imagine. But this other guy that is his brother, born at the same time, she has to take care of him for the rest of her life because she didn't get that fever down. There was something that mentally went wrong in his brain. I don't want that for you and Lenny, because I think Lenny has so much more potential than he's allowed. I think you, Mario.
Slow. He's a slow learner.
Mario, don't talk to him like he's retarded, though, man. Don't take
absolutely not.
He's
like
got
today
much
he was like tiger. And I'm like, yes, a tiger.
Bring him out of there.
Roar. Tiger goes roar. And he's like, lion. I'm like, yeah, lion. Roar. Dude, my son is pretty legit. He's just slow. He's just slow.
Bring him out of that, man. Do your thing and bring him out of that. Give him his potential, his place in life. Yeah, I'm a fucking drunk, and I sound drunk as I'm saying this, but I really think the point is legitimate. Take him out of that. Don't walk the path that most people walk and say, I'm going to give up on you and I'll just
No, absolutely not. This is my
your
kid.
bills
I
for the
never
rest of your life and I'll feed you. Give him that opportunity. I've trained my cats to sit at their bowls 3 times a day when they want food. My cats. Even if Lenny is so fucked up, he's so fucking retarded, you can at least give him the opportunity to be a real man and find his place in this world, because you know he's not going to be 6 years old forever. He's growing every year that goes by, and you got to give him a place in this world. No matter what his problems are, you gotta make a place for him.
He's gonna have a place. He's gonna have a place, and like I'm probably gonna have to take care of him
No, that's not
or
good.
or be his like most parents, after a certain age, they're like, all right, here you go, you're on your own, do your thing. Well, Lenny is the type of kid where you need to be with him. You need to he needs adult supervision all the time. And yes, it is taxing
Have you ever
because
taught him how to cook an egg? Like when you crack the egg on the side of a
teach
pan.
him how to crack an egg. I'm trying
Yeah,
to teach him how to
cook.
speak English. He doesn't even speak English. How is he
I
gonna crack an
know,
egg if
but
he doesn't
teach
even
him how
speak
to cook
English?
an egg. Teach him how to fry an egg. It's one of the most basic principles. You need to teach him how to
I'm trying
survive.
to teach him how to
Whether
fucking
you
piss
think
his shit
that
in the
he will
toilet.
appreciate
And
it
you
or
want me to
know it
teach
or
him how to
acknowledge it,
crack
if
an
you
egg?
don't teach it, there's no way he can know it. Teach him how to crack an egg and fry it in a pan. If he even looks at you like you're stupid and I don't get this, I'm retarded, I don't figure this out, well, he'll still get it in his mind somewhere. And if he's forced to crack an egg on his own and fry it in a pan, he'll know because you taught him.
I will try that. I will, and I gotta make a video of it. You'll probably end up throwing it on the floor. You'll throw it
Throws
on
the
the
egg
floor.
across the room. Yeah, I cooked
I'll
it
be
all
like,
the
Lenny,
way.
crack this fucking egg. He'll be like, Dad, fuck you. And throw it in my face. And I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know, man. My son he's just slow. He's slow. Like, don't get me wrong. In like 14, 15, 16 years old, he might turn into a fully developed child. It's just right now he's a slow. Like today was he kept going. For some weird reason he kept saying tiger. He's like tiger, and I'm like, yes, Lenny, tiger, roar. Tiger makes roar. And he kept going tiger, tiger, and I'm like, yes, tiger, roar. Like I think that's something that they were doing at school because he goes to school. Technically he's in kindergarten, and they were like, I guess they must have been talking about tigers in kindergarten, and he kept reiterating it here at home. He's like, tiger, tiger, and I'm like, yes, Lenny, tiger, rawr, rawr. And dude, he has them. They did an evaluation on him, and he's 6 years old, but he has the mentality of an 18-month-old. So he's 6 years old, but his brain is a brain of an 18-year-old. So I gotta be like, all right. So he's like, don't get me wrong, he's fully developed. He's a big ass motherfucker. He's fucking D's. He's a diesel ass kid. That's the only thing is, I hope that by the time he's like 18, 19 years old, like I hope he doesn't like try to kick my ass, because I'm gonna have to fucking kick his ass. He might be one of them fucking like retarded kids that are fucking like super strong.
Find their place and they
And
say,
you know what, Lenny? I'm sorry, Lenny. You're gonna probably see this chat in the future, and I'm sorry. I'm only saying this in the future because I'm sorry, bro. But if you're 18 years old and you're trying to kick daddy's ass at like 50 years old, daddy's still gonna be strong at 50 years old, and I'll still kick your butt. But whatever, man. It's just something that I gotta deal with. It's something that
well, I would say it like this: train up a child in the way they should go, and they won't depart from it. You know that scripture. And that's really the reality of life. A lot of people give up. They say, this person's going to do whatever they want to do. Let them be their own person. But there still has to be some kind of guidance somewhere. And parents have to take that role. And even if somebody has some mentally, if there's some kind of disconnect there, I don't even know if it's vaccines or anything like that. But if there's some kind of issue, you still have to take the lead role. You have to train up your child in the way you want him to go. You can't just stand off and say whatever happens, happens.
Dude, man. I grew up my parents didn't know how to read or write in English. They didn't even know how to read or write in Portuguese. Like they were born like like I was born in Portugal. I came to the United States. My parents didn't know how to read or write in English. They didn't know none of that shit. And I'm over here, 38 years old, and I can speak English. I can read English. I can write English. I can do. And my parents didn't even know English. They don't know nothing about English. So if I could do it, my son can definitely do it.
Whoa.
And
My mom told me this one time. I had a heartfelt conversation with her on the phone one time, and she said, all three of you boys turned out just fine. And see, in the back of my mind, I was like, because she did nothing, we turned out just fine. Yeah, definitely, we're going to find our own way. That's what humans do. But it's much better if you have a family that is connected, that the adult in the family can lead and guide and instruct and instill those things in the child. It's much better. Yeah, we're all going to get along. We're all going to survive. But it's sad when somebody says from a distance like my mom did, you guys turned out fine. Yeah, we turned out fine on our own without your fucking help, bitch. That's what I really want to say.
But you know what, dude? It's like I've had parents come into my store where the kids are fucking running around. Mommy, fuck you. Well, they wouldn't say fuck you, but they would be like, running around, freaking like, crying about. My son isn't like that. My son, when I go to a store, what's the first thing he does? When we go food, like I do the food shopping in like the food shopping in the store, and I take my son with me food shopping. What does Lenny do? He friggin' grabs my hand. He sits right. He stands right now, and what I do is I'll tell Lenny, all right, Lenny, you're pushing the cart, but technically he's not pushing the cart. But I'm in the front of the cart. He's in the back of the cart, and he's pushing it with his hands like this, pushing it, and I just guide the cart around, and like, dude, Lenny is the easiest kid to ever have. Like, he's the easiest kid. Like.
That's a beautiful thing, Maureen.
My sister used to always says that my son is a saint, and I'm just like, well, I wish I could talk to my kid. Like me and him, we have our own little weird language, but when he gobbles and googles at me, I'm just like, Lenny, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But he has his own language, and the thing that fucking eats my ass is the fucking because it's the teachers. The teachers at the school, they're all like, oh well, he's like he's super undeveloped. He we can't communicate with him, and we don't know what makes him this. We don't know. So you know what I did? I took him out of the school. I took him out of the school from November till. Like he's only going back to school in the beginning of last week, whenever the hell school started, January 3rd or 4th or whatever the fuck it was, and I took him out for a purpose. I took him out for like there's a madness behind my thinking. They did an evaluation on him, and I'm sitting there during the evaluation. And they're just fucking drilling, like they're just like Lenny's this, Lenny's that. I had the speech therapist lady, total bitch. I fucking hate her because she was a total cunt. And they're just like, Lenny's this, Lenny's that, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, and then at the end of the evaluation, like, well, we recommend, and the principal of the fucking school, the fucking head bitch, was like, well, we're gonna recommend that he goes to another school that he can be like better supervised. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, so you're gonna take him to another school, whatever. So you know what I did? I took him out of school. I was like, boom, Gone. Lenny, you're not going to school no more. And
Good.
he stayed home with me. Like, luckily for me, I was on vacation. You know, I had like 2.5, 3 weeks of vacation. So he stayed home with me. You know, we partied it up. We fucking ripped it up together. Me and my boy Lenny, we ripped it up for 3 weeks. So guess what happened? Guess what happened when I took him out of school?
Boom.
All the teachers were like, "Where's Lenny? How come Lenny's not going to school? Oh, we missed Lenny. Why isn't Lenny here in school? We miss him. Why does he come back to school, girl?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute." And I was like, "Wait a minute. You guys, you lady, because and here's the thing that eats my ass. I was the only one in the meet. I was the only male. The male. I was the only male in that freaking whatever the fuck they call it, the fucking school, fucking whatever the hell they call it, and all the rest of them were all females, and they were fucking they were drilling Lenny, saying how Lenny, like, he's had 5 cases of being like disruptive in the class, and the principal had to get involved, and they have 5 reports of him fucking being a disruptive kid and this and that. I was like, all right, so wait a minute. He's being disruptive. Take him out. Now they're all like, oh, we miss Lenny. Where's Lenny? Lenny, we need Lenny in the school. Why is Lenny not coming to school? What's going on? Da, da, da. And now he's going back to, because obviously they must have missed him, because like we were getting calls like, where's Lenny? And I'm like, well, you guys told me that you were gonna place him in another school, so I'm just waiting for you guys to place him. Oh, well, you know, we need some clarification. We need to clarify things with you, that we didn't really mean that. We just meant that he still needs to go to school until we place him. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You told me that you couldn't handle him, and because you couldn't handle him, you were going to place him in another school. So if you couldn't handle him, why am I going to send my son to a place that you can't handle? You can't handle him. So I'm just going to keep him home until you get the school that can handle him. And that's when they started the story started churning around.
There ain't nothing wrong with that, Mario. Shit, man. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And it was what, right before the end of the semester, right before Christmas, he pulled him out of school.
Yeah. No, it was in like the end of November. It was like Lenny didn't go to school the whole month of December. He didn't go to school.
And then he's back. Did they get him into the new school already after the first?
No, dude, he's going to the same exact school. He's going to the same exact. They were like, oh, we miss him. We miss him. Where is he? We miss him. We miss him. We want him to come back. We miss him. I was like, wait a minute.
Well, that's when they should have done it. They should have got him in the new school at the beginning of the new semester, after Christmas break, or after the New Year's or whatever, man. That's what makes sense if he's going to be starting a new school. Shit.
Well, the thing is they were blowing things out of proportion.
Yeah.
They were saying how bad Lenny is, and I was like, all right, Lenny is this bad, then I'm taking him out. You know, because dude, the whole entire time they were telling me like he's a distraction for the other kids, and you know, I don't want my son to be because the other kids, I don't want my son to be a distraction to the other kids. So I took him out. I was like, all right, he's just gonna stay home, you know. And then it was like, oh, where's Lenny? Oh, how come Lenny? Well, we really want Lenny to come to school. How come Lenny's not going to school? And I was like, wait a minute. You ladies, the ladies, just told me that Lenny's too much of a bother. Like, they're too much of a bother for him, and they don't want him. They don't want to deal with him. Now all of a sudden they churn their tune and like, oh, we need Lenny to come to school. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, it was like they were flip-flopping. They were flip-flopping their stories. They were
Right.
telling me. They
Hey,
were
so
telling me.
Mario, I really don't know a whole lot about you and your son and stuff, but like I understand he has a speech problem,
Yeah, he doesn't talk. He
right?
doesn't talk, and
But like
he still wears
he
diapers.
right, but like I guess what I'm trying to ask, does he communicate with you? Like, can he let you know what he needs when he's hungry, anything like that? You know, things like that. Does he have cues and things?
Not verbal, not
Not
verbally,
verbally. Well,
but
I don't know.
non-verbally.
Have you ever
Yes.
tried sign language? Has anybody recommended that?
Well, that's
I
the
mean,
next step. The next step
if
is
he has motor skills, you know, a lot of the times it's real beneficial to get them on sign language, and that kind of actually even develops their verbal skills, because it's a language, you know, so they're still learning a language if they can sign instead of speak. Um,
I would have to learn. I don't know sign language, so
oh, I
I
know,
guess
but
I would have
it's
to
so
learn.
easy. Like, I mean, you can even do like, you know, learn a simple sign for like his favorite toy. Like, what I don't know if he has a favorite toy or whatever, but or like a stuffed animal bear, you know, learn the sign for bear and or you know whatever he goes to bed with at night, his blanket or some shit like that. You just start with like super simple stuff like that. You can find fucking videos online, man. Sign language ain't that hard.
Uh,
It's an idea. I just didn't know if anybody had recommended that, but I mean I'm not speaking out of total
no,
inexperience
no,
here.
no, no.
I know a lot of like autistic and Down syndrome children have been in and out through my life, so that's helped with a lot of them.
Well, he hasn't been I guess he hasn't been officially diagnosed yet, so we don't really know what's wrong with him. I never took him to a doctor to see what's wrong with him. Like I just kind of blew it off, and I was just like, oh, this is Lenny being Lenny, you know. And
Yeah, but I mean,
so,
like something as simple. Does he know, like, when you wave goodbye? Does that mean something to him? Like when you wave goodbye, does he know you're leaving? That's a sign.
uh,
Okay.
I've
Your
never
snow
really
video.
waved goodbye to him.
He
Like
knew what it meant when you were blowing the snow off the sidewalk. So yeah, he knows.
Yeah. I mean,
The
simple things
simple
like that.
things he knows.
And that it's a way of developing a language outside of speech, and it really does help them overall. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of the speech therapists have said anything like that, but I mean, even ask a speech therapist about it, see what they think.
oh, well, this is just my opinion. I think the fucking speech therapist lady is a fucking cunt.
Agree.
She's a fucking bitch. And like
So
I've met her. I've dealt with her in our meetings, and I'm like, wow, this lady's a fucking cunt. She's a fat pig, and she's a fucking total cunt. So I would understand why Lenny wouldn't like her.
Mario, you do way more, and I think even Justin is pushing for this. Just keep understanding your child for who he is, and develop his skills based on his skills, his
Yeah,
emotions.
exactly. I mean,
You know,
you're the
pay
one that's gonna
attention to
know.
what's going on in his life and develop those for his goodwill. And you do that way more than Kyla does. I mean, I'm even impressed by tonight some of the things you've said of how you pay attention to how other people talk about Lenny. I mean, Lenny developedly in his development process. I think you are more positive for his better well-being down the road than anybody he has in his life. Forget a therapist, forget even Kyla. You are developing him in a way, and that's, I guess, what a man should do. But man, I give you props. You're going through hell.
Nah, dude, it's not hell. It's not hell at all. It's like I think of it as Lenny is my best friend. Like Lenny is my best friend.
But who
And
else says that? That's what I'm saying about Kyla and even myself. You know, I see the things that Lenny's going through, but you're sitting here saying Lenny's your best friend, and you're going to give him the best that you have. You are the best person for him. I hope he someday understands that and sees this video. You're an amazing person. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'm drunk.
dude, he's an easy kid. Like like what it like he's an easy kid, man. He's like he doesn't complain. Well, he doesn't
you
know.
accept
He doesn't even know how to complaining. He doesn't know how to complain because he doesn't talk. So he doesn't complain about anything. I feed him, he eats it. He eats whatever food I make, he eats it. Uh, we go to bed, falls asleep. Like he's a pretty fucking chill kid, man. He's a pretty easy kid. Like he's an easy kid. Like when it comes to being like I've seen other parents with their kids and with the kids flipping out, and like my son doesn't flip out. Like he doesn't like go all nuts and crazy. He just sits there and he likes to play video games on my phone. Like I have the phone. Like as soon as I walk in the door, he shakes me down. He's like goes through my pockets. I'm like, Lenny, what the hell? What the hell are you doing looking for? And of course he's looking for my phone because he wants to play the what the fuck's the name of the video game? It's the Captain Jack, the Neverland Pirates from Disney, whatever Disney's fucking curse. So he plays that until the fucking phone dies, and then I try to be like, Lenny, you gotta plug in the phone. I show him how to plug in the phone, and I'm like, Lenny, you gotta let the phone charge for like a half an hour.
Mario, please understand, these children eventually become adults.
Oh, dude, he's gonna become an adult, man. He's gonna kick my ass, cause dude, he's already big. Like he's for a 6-year-old, he's a big fucking kid for 6 years. Like he's tall. Like I'm 5'9", and he reaches my elbow, and he's only 6 years old. So 6 years old, he reaches my elbow. So that's about 4 feet, maybe 4.5 feet tall. So and that's 6 years old. He just turned 6 in January fucking 9th or 10th or whatever the fuck his birthday. January 6th.
Yo, Mario. I mean, I'm hearing you talk about your boy right now, and I mean, don't take this as me telling you what to do.
Absolutely.
But, dude, I mean, I think you really should. If they're not trying to do it in school, I think you should try to teach them sign language, and don't let it intimidate you, man. Like even just his name, man. Like as you say his name, learn the sign for the letter L. You don't have to sign his whole name and all the letters. You know, learn the sign for the letter L. And that could be the sign that goes that he correlates with his name, and you can just build from there, man. Start from that one thing, and you can teach him a lot of things. And once he gets the hang, he's gonna catch on. He's gonna know what the signs mean. You know, maybe make a sign for, like I said, for his blanket that he goes to bed with at night or whatever. You know, something that he likes. Just real simple stuff. And man, he'll catch on to it. I guarantee you, he'll catch on to it. And it's not that hard to learn. You know?
Probably a lot easier than trying to figure out human language.
Oh yeah, man, how to pronounce things, and I mean, just how to operate your mouth and your vocal cords, man.
Yeah, I think
it's mechanically
like
challenging for sure.
We haven't mentioned the word autism, but it's kind of like this, you know, what do we call it? It's like this weird thing, autism. But really, it's just a different type of language. And if we can learn to communicate with these people, they still communicate, but just on a different level. Maybe we do need to sign language. Maybe we do need to find a way to connect with them, because they're literally using their brain waves to make some form of speech, and they're saying something. I even get fucked up about people who go into comas. And people go and they sit with these people that are in comas, and they have these conversations with them. I think these people understand what they're saying, even if they're in a coma. Do you?
Oh, dude, he understands what I'm... Dude, as soon as I see him doing something like that I don't agree with, all I have to do is raise my voice, and he stops. I'll be like, Lenny! And he'll stop, and he'll look at me, and I'll be like, no. And he'll stop. He'll stop, and he'll be like, all right, I did something wrong. Like,
so why do we have to put our form of communication on that thing. I have 2 cats. I don't have any children here at home, but I have 2 cats, and they know.
My son should be smarter than a cat. He should be smarter than a dog.
But the reality is that everybody understands this other language that's out there, that we don't have to actually say something. You look at this person in a certain way, and they know how you feel.
Yeah.
You know, there's a language that's unspoken.
Like Mario, I just want to give you one more quick pro as to why you should definitely try to do this. Because once he does start speaking, right, there's a good chance that he's not going to be very good at pronouncing things. He might slur his words and things like that. And he'll get really frustrated that you're not understanding what he's saying. But if you already have that those hand signals, the sign language, as he's trying to say it, he can sign it too, and he's not going to get frustrated, and then he'll eventually learn how to speak better. But there is a lot of frustration that comes from those kind of kids when they are trying to communicate. They know what they're saying, but you can't fucking understand them, you know?
You see, yeah, and you have a very valid point. Like, dude, I'm frustrated because I'd be like, Lenny, what do you feel like eating today? Do you feel like eating chicken? Do you feel like eating pork? Do you feel like eating steak? And I don't get nothing. Like, I get no response, you know? And I would like to have that conversation.
What if you put 2 things in front of him? I mean, if you put a frozen pizza next to like a frozen burrito in front of him, will he pick one?
No.
No?
No, he wouldn't even know the difference between the two.
That's gonna change. Years will change.
Yeah.
He's just slow, man. He's just slow.
I tell you what, Mario, I'm gonna give you another pat on the fucking back. You're the only person I know outside of my wife's grandma who has put up with a lot of fucking bullshit to just try to let things happen the way they progress. And I don't think you're judgmental in any way. I think you're a very sweet person, and that's why I love you. Just let it happen, however it's going to progress, because I don't have an answer. I'm not there. And I would love to say, just do this, and this will work out this way. I'm not in that place. But you're sitting there, and you're telling me what you've done through your life to try to deal with this circumstance. And I give you props, man.
I try to make his life as comfortable as possible.
You humble me, and that's very beautiful. Thank
you.
Dude,
I was talking to my mother the other day, and I guess the retard gene is in my family because my aunt, she had a daughter that is a retard. Well, retard or developmentally, whatever the fuck.
Come on, dog.
Whatever the fuck you call it. I call it retard. Some people call it developmental fucking challenge, whatever the hell. Like, I'm not
beautiful about that none of us understand.
I'm not PC. I'm not politically correct. She's a retard. And my aunt, I remember sitting when I was like, 10, 11 years old, and she's my cousin, and my cousin, I was like, wow, man, my cousin's a fucking retard. She's fucking wicked dumb. And, but my aunt would take care of her. So in a weird way, I'm my aunt, and my son is my cousin, because now, like, the roles have kind of been reversed, where, like, I'm my aunt, so I have to be, like, the one that has to take care of my son, who's retarded, and it's like, I might have to take care of him until he's 30 years old.
Let's give it 10 years. I bet if we could stay on this chat this long for another 10 years, I bet we're going to see a completely different side of this story. I think what you've done for your son to be there, regardless, man, you humble me. And I'm dead honest about that. I pick on you all the time. But the fact that you really do know what's going on in your own life.
Call my son retarded. I'm gonna slap you.
Hi, Kyla.
Oh boy. Oh, I guess Kyla's been listening to my our
That's
conversation.
all right. I got my wife at the bottom of the
She's
stairs.
Politically fucking correct. In
She's
about 30
ready.
seconds.
She's ready to kick my ass.
Bring it on, Kyla. Bring it on, baby. Tell us how you really feel.
There's a difference.
There's a difference. Drop one of those earphones.
I think I'm about to go to bed.
Kyla,
Uh,
why are you so angry, sweetheart?
because if he calls my son retarded one more fucking time, or if anybody else calls my son retarded, I will fucking beat the shit out of them to the inch of their lives.
Okay.
He might not be developed, he might have a few little handicaps, but if they fucking call him retarded one more time,
Okay, so develop me.
I was the
Developmentally
only one. I was the only
challenged.
would.
I was the only one that called them retarded.
What do you think about
Developmentally challenged. Is that an issue? I mean, is there a politically correct way to say it?
Developmentally challenged.
That's okay.
I end up having to kick a couple of guys' asses because of it.
But it's really hard to say those big words. He's developmentally challenged. Like the things that causes his development to progress, they're challenged.
Or he could be considered handicapped.
Well, he's not handicapped because he has the capability to do anything.
Said when I was in school in elementary, a couple of my friends were developmentally challenged, and they would tell people that they're handicapped. It's a better way than saying retarded, don't you think?
So it's kind of PC type thing. Got to be politically correct, say it the right way.
Yeah,
I got offended a little bit by the retarded statement, but at the same time, I understand you're just trying to say what you're trying to say, and we don't need to be politically correct about everything.
I know, I still hate the word retarded. I kicked a kid's ass because...
It is a bad word. It has a bad negative.
One of my friends, Roddy, a guy, like this kid that I've known since we were in elementary school together, like kindergarten. And he kept on making fun of him, and Ronnie didn't get it. Like, he didn't understand what he was doing. And I told him, I'm like, listen, he might not fucking understand, but this kid is like my brother. If you don't fucking stop it, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. The guy didn't believe me, and everybody made fun of him that he got his ass kicked by a girl.
Knock him out.
I end up not getting in trouble for that because the guy had the nerve when we were in elementary school to grab my ass in front of the teacher. And I said, he touched me. I defended myself. He stopped calling him retarded after that. Hell, half the school stopped calling him retarded after that.
You both agree, both you and Mario, that Lenny is a beautiful child. And I know that within 10 years, everything is going to change. He's going to become an adult, and you guys are going to be dealing with completely different...
He's going to be a 16-year-old. He's not an adult. Even at his 18, I didn't consider myself an adult.
He's gonna be a 16-year-old with the mentality of a 6-year-old.
Well, you have a mentality of a 12-year-old.
How are you guys going to deal with it then?
Argue with that.
I mean, if he keeps the mentality that he has now, which I don't think he will, I really think he's going to grow out a lot of this stuff. I really do. I don't think, I mean, you guys, you're giving everything you can for this. Lenny is not retarded. Lenny has so much potential. And I think we need to find a way where we can figure out what his potential is in this life. Because everybody was put here on Earth for a reason, right, Mario? Yes or no?
Yes.
We all have a place here. That means Lenny has a place here. So if we can help him develop his understanding of what his place in this world, because I think a lot of times we think about how this affects us. If I have to deal with this for the rest of my life, how is this going to affect me? But what about Lenny? Lenny is a human being. How can we develop his skills to give him his place in this world?
I just let Lenny be Lenny, man. Just let Lenny be Lenny. Just let him.
But
Let him
isn't
be
there
himself.
something in him that you've seen that you can help develop? Like when I was a kid, like 9 years old, I think, is me and my mom, we went and we bought a drum set because I was a drummer and I wanted a drum. Can we find something in Lenny that we can bring that out to make him, allow him to be the person he's supposed to be?
He likes to play on my phone. He likes to play video games on my phone. So I guess he'll be a very good gamer.
He's a good phoner. We'll call him a phoner.
He's gonna be really good at video games.
Maybe or maybe not. Who knows what he's going to be. There are plenty of schools in Rhode Island and out there that could develop his imagination. Just got to find the right one.
Do you feel, Kyla, there's something...
So what happened during the meeting?
Do you feel, Kyla, there's something that you can
We're
do?
going to have another meeting in about a month to tell us like some options we can have.
I agree with that. There's not many options.
What's up with the paperwork?
Kara still has it. We need to get the social security.
Don't need the bureaucracy. Don't need the paperwork.
Paperwork.
Okay, but just think about Lenny, and it's just you guys. I mean, if your basement that I'm looking at right now is all you had, this is the end of the world, a nuclear bomb has gone off somewhere. You got you, Kyla, and Lenny. You guys are all sitting there in this basement trying to figure out a better way. I think Lenny is, if not just as important, more important than us older people who have gone through these years. So how can we develop Lenny to be the man that he's supposed to be? Give him that space.
It's going to take time.
Well, we don't have to predetermine his destination. We have to allow it. Can we make that place for him?
Oh, I make that place for him every single day.
But if he's different, there's no place for him. If he's different, which I've experienced that. You're different. You don't fit in here. There's no place for you. Walk away. Shut up. And that's not good for people. I mean, we've dealt with a lot of different people on these chats, and you got to have your place. And I think he has his place. We just need to allow it. We need to see how that will benefit the rest of us if we give him that place.
No, he's got his place, man. He's got his place here in school. Oh, Kyle's leaving. He's got his place here, and like, I try to make his life as comfortable as possible with his developmental shortage. I just try to make his life as comfortable as possible. And like,
I would question sometimes too if even ADD is a developmental shortage or whatever. I think more it's our understanding of all these different things that are going on around us. We don't allow the freedom of these people that are thinking differently. you could say, which I do, your son might be developmentally challenged.
Yo, I'm gonna stop.
But I love it, man. I love